Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the club. We are here for a brand new season. And no, not much better fixture to get started with than our
I could think of a better fixture. Basically,
involved.
any fixture would be a better fixture.
Rory
than
against Buvey, Chelsea against City.
Hateful way to start the season. Really unkind draw. This is not what you want. This is not how you want to start the season. With football, a lot of the time it's momentum, isn't it? And if the fixture list is kind to you, you can build up that momentum. You can have a bit of luck. You can win some games. And if you get some winnable fixtures at the beginning of the season, that can have a real impact on how your season progresses. City, first day. I mean, do me a favour and break my nose.
But City, you could be about to catch them out. First game of the season.
There is that theory, isn't there? Do you remember when Tottenham beat them? Do you remember when Tottenham beat them and Harry Kane didn't play and all the Tottenham fans were singing, "Are you watching Harry Kane?"
Yeah.
Because apparently there's a theory. Is there any truth in this, Booth, that City do start slow? I know last year they won like 7 in a row.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we traditionally start really slow.
It is true.
Yeah, I don't know about the opening day of the season in terms of losing or drawing, but in terms of the first third of the season, yeah, we're definitely
You start a bit slower than
100%.
Than you finish. Whereas I just wish that we were playing. You know, the most important thing is playing at home. The second most important thing is playing someone other than Man City. The third most important thing is playing someone other than Arsenal. We achieved 2 of the 3. But we have got lumbers.
You're at home.
It says so much
You were
about
at home,
the fixture.
and we avoided Arsenal.
And they haven't got Rodri. No
Yeah.
Rodri, no Kyle Walker.
But you never play Chelsea open day of the season. It says a lot about where you now rank in the league. You don't
Also-
play Chelsea first day of the season. Like City Arsenal will never be first day of the season for the next couple of years.
Oh, no.
know what I mean?
It's a draw. It's a draw. Chelsea played Man United first day of the season.
There's a computer that does it as well, that estimates where certain sides are. It's not complete random. It's not completely random.
No, but I can
Arsenal
remember...
City never play at the bookends of the season.
I don't think that's true.
Like title challengers
Yeah,
never
yeah.
play at
Hold
bookends.
on,
No, Chelsea
hold
played
on,
Man
we got our
United.
first
I had a good
conspiracy
job.
theory of the season.
Yeah.
No, this is true.
No,
I read a
explain
thing
your
in
theory.
442 about it.
Explain your theory.
No, you weren't.
I did.
No.
In 442 years ago, they
Hang on.
described the computer that it does a randomization and then they slightly move it for TV
They'll
days.
have things where like Man United and Man City can't play on the same day.
Exactly.
At home. There'll be
Man
things
United
like
and
that.
Liverpool's never
that's
opened
because
their
of
season.
police advice.
No, yeah, but that's not
Hang
picking
on,
the
this
fixtures.
theory, why are you giving this nonsense theory?
No, I'm
what
trying
are
to
you
bring-
doing?
I'm trying
This
to
is the most
bring-
nonsense
Man United,
theory.
you've won how many? You won 13 league titles, Premier League titles,
Hang
right?
on, this
how
is
many
ludicrous.
games against the rivals of that season did you play final day of the
is the
season or
record.
first day of the season?
How long's the show been on?
I'm spot on.
No, it's not. But
It's not true.
We played Arsenal towards the end of the
Hang on,
season.
it's not true.
It's not completely random.
It's the year that Chelsea first won the league, 05. So Mourinho's first game in charge.
Yeah.
When he went on to win the league.
Yeah.
We played the existing champions. We were
Yeah.
primed, ready to win the league. First fixture, Jose
Yeah.
Mourinho's first game was against the
Is that
champions
because you
Manchester
weren't
United.
expected to be you weren't expected
No,
to be
we were.
challenging?
They won
We
1-0,
spent so much
didn't they?
money. Yeah, good Johnson.
I honestly read an article saying it's not completely random.
You are my favourite.
442.
You are my favourite around this table at the
That's
moment.
what I like.
You've started. He's gone, hasn't he?
Any other conspiracies you want to get out there while you're at it?
Hang on a minute. I can actually think of some fairly significant deciders towards the end of the season as well, where
Final
teams
day of
have
the
gone
season.
head to head.
Final day.
No, not
No, but
necessarily.
you're being
City
very
never played
specific.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Man United in the final day of the season.
Also, what are the chances that you get like a specific team at the last day? Like
We played
what is,
Liverpool.
Like 5%,
we played Liverpool.
less, like, bit
we
more
played
than
Liverpool.
5%.
It's never- it's
Penultimate game. We played Manchester United massively towards the end. Remember when Drogba scored offside? Joe Cole's back heel. Like
We
there is
played
just
Arsenal
no.
as well, but the
first day?
title was already done and we drew.
There is
0-0
just
at Old
no
Trafford.
truth in your theory,
It is.
but
I
I
read it
do
in
rate
442.
you. Don't
When I
no,
used to read
no,
it as
you're
well. I used
slandering.
to have.
No, no.
I've got so many magazines
You're
at home.
slandering
I've got
my
so many
magazine. No.
magazines at
Need
home.
to fact
No,
check.
I've got Rabidi on the front cover. of one
No,
of them.
you're slandering my magazine as well now.
No, I love
You really go
442.
for me.
I do.
No.
I just don't believe in print
You
media
started
anymore.
as you mean to
I
go
don't,
on,
I don't
haven't you?
believe in print media anymore.
You started as you mean to go
I
on
think
this
print
year.
media, radio media, they're all dying in their sleep. Really, I'm pure YouTube and TikTok. That's how I consume my football
You
media.
are a joke already.
Rory's got a big radio show
A joke.
and loves print media. So
No, but
I'm
we
the exact opposite of that. I'm the exact opposite. Yeah.
we cover all bases. I think we cover all bases.
That's why we're the gift that keeps giving. Like you're the yin to my yang.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Rory, you've had a great start, Chelsea, to the day. Release
haven't.
your team news, and then one of your players brings a statement out. I mean, it's kind of on the cards that you wouldn't be in the squad when there's 60 players, right?
But Raheem Sterling should be in the squad.
Should he?
Yeah.
Like,
of course.
That's
he
your,
should.
you think
Like,
he should
of
be?
course. McKola Mudrik's in the squad, isn't he?
Yeah.
And therefore, there's obviously room for a player like Raheem Sterling with his experience, with his track record. I just think it's such a shame, the whole thing. I don't think I've ever gone into a season where I'm more deflated about the club, but I also feel quite impassioned because it's being run into the ground, and I think that Chelsea fans this season at some point are going to have a responsibility to do something and make some significant noise.
What do you make of the statement? I'll read the statement out. Try and read it quickly because it's quite a long one. He's written a novel, bloody hell. Raheem Sterling's contracted to Chelsea for the next 3 years. He returned to England 2 weeks early to conduct individual training and has had a positive pre-season with the new coach, who he has developed a good working relationship with. He is committed, as ever. I love that bit.
Well, as ever. He's committed, as ever.
To deliver it at the highest level for Chelsea and the fans who he holds in high regard. Hold you in high regard as well. And given his inclusion in an official club pre-match material this week, our expectation was that Raheem would be involved in this weekend's fixture in some capacity. As a camp, we've always had positive dialogue with and assurances from Chelsea in relation to Raheem's future at the club. So we look forward to gaining clarity on the situation. Until then, we will continue to support Raheem's desire to start the new season positive.
It's a disgrace, man. And obviously, I can speak a lot about Raheem
Which bit's
Sterling.
a disgrace?
How they've treated him, the fact that his agent has to come out on the opening day of the season against the champions of England. Chelsea, I think their owners expect them to be champions soon. Are they conducting themselves like champions? They're conducting themselves in a completely disgraceful manner.
Had assurance? It sounds to me when you read that out there, it sounds like Raheem Sterling has had assurances.
Don't leave.
Don't. You are an integral part of this team and this squad this season.
That could be made to you on the basis that some suit thinks you're still fully committed to the club, you're training properly and all that. And the fact that he's released a statement kind of makes me go, well, the manager's right, isn't it? Because why are you releasing a statement? I hate this era of you got dropped, now you're releasing a statement. You got dropped. How about you got dropped, go work harder, get into the team?
No, but I think assurances must have been made. I think that, right, look, it is weird to get dropped and decide to put out a statement just ahead of kickoff as well.
Boardroom assurances aren't managers' assurances. You still have to impress their manager, right?
Yeah, based on the youth of the Chelsea side, Sterling should at least be on the bench.
There's no
even
way.
At the end of the bench.
There is absolutely no way that McKola Mudryk, or even Neto, considering that he's been at the club for 5 minutes, should be in the squad ahead of Raheem Sterling.
Maybe they're training correctly.
You can't levy that at Sterling.
It feels a bit like, could it not just be, you're not saying it's the manager. I know he said in there he's got a good relationship with the manager. You're going to say that, but I do have a fear that it's more from Chelsea's point of view. It's the boardroom going, we've got to get this guy off
And
the books.
that's why
I don't think it's an ability thing.
I think you're right.
He's been there. He said in the statement, I've got a good working relationship with the manager.
This is the problem with Enzo
and I'm not in the
Maresca.
team.
I just don't see how anyone can have any respect for him because he's coming to the club and he's doing exactly what the board have asked him to do. He is clearly a puppet of the board. There is no way that any manager worth his salt would look at that Chelsea squad and say that Conor Gallagher can't feature in it somewhere unless there is pressure from above.
Maresca's explanation is it's just a technical decision, nothing else to say. Managers are paid to make decisions, and sometimes players don't like it.
But we all.
No,
but that's
he's
not,
taking the hit. He's taking the hit. I think it's the board. I think they go, we've
but
got 9 wingers, we've just signed
Hang on.
Neto. You want to get him
No,
off the
you're
book.
phrasing this really kindly towards Maresca. He's taking the hit. He's taking one for the team. What a good man. He's falling on the grenade. That's not what he's doing.
Maybe he doesn't
He's
rate him.
paid. He's paid by the board, and he is now nothing other than a puppet of the board, a public face of Clearlake and Winstanley and Stewart. Nothing will roadblock this pathway that the
If
club
Raheem Sterling's been given assurances, and my assumption is correct that they've come from the board rather than the manager, he still has to impress the manager. The manager's well within his rights to say, I don't want somebody. And if the manager has heard the board's given Raheem Sterling assurances he can stay, then he's probably making his opinion made that I don't want this guy.
But in the wording that you read out, he also suggested that it was Maresca that he had a good relationship with. So you're saying that the assurances
But you can have a
came
good
from
relationship with someone and still decide to drop them, right?
No,
This
no,
doesn't-
you
this
can't.
isn't performance.
be
You can't.
true.
You can't decide. You can't decide to drop Raheem Sterling from an entire squad opening day of the season against his former club. There is no way that he's
exactly.
not. There is no way.
There's no track record this season. He's not played. If he had a bad game against City, he didn't work hard, got a red card.
He's
and
also
a few
played
weeks
very
later,
well
he's not in the
against
squad.
City.
It's fair enough.
He's also played very well against City when he's gone up against.
By the way, because
You
he's
could argue
played,
Enzo was
having a good game
watching
today.
his performances last season.
and he was decent at the back end, wasn't he? Sterling, I thought he was
Look,
alright.
he hasn't had a great couple of years at Chelsea, but in the moments where he has played well, a couple of them have been against Man City.
Yeah.
Look, but basically, if you look at that bench, right, Renato
Viega.
Vega, Mark
Gooey.
right, Noni Madueke, McKola Mudryk.
Does no one see a problem with Raheem Sterling releasing a statement?
I think the timing. The timing is poor.
I'd see a problem with it if I thought it was the manager went, I don't fancy you, haven't trained hard enough, work harder. Because I don't think it's that. I think he's gone, hang on, I've been at pre-season early, I've been training hard, I've been getting on with the team, and suddenly I'm left out the squad.
It's completely
I think he's going,
ridiculous,
this is
John,
boardroom,
mate.
they're pushing me out. So
We've got 10 years of evidence of Sterling. We've got 10 years. We can say a lot about him. His first touch hasn't improved. His finishing. We can say a lot about him. We can slag him off. One thing which is not true, which I think Chelsea are trying to target him, is his work ethic, or he's not part. He works so
he's
hard.
Conscientious, professional.
He's one of the best English players in the last 10 years in the league. He's been
But 10
treated like
years is a
shit.
long time, right? And he might not be the player he was 3 years
but
ago.
he's
He might
still
not be the player he
he's
was
still
4 years
28,
ago.
mate.
Okay, let's say he is training hard. You could still train hard and not be performing well enough to get picked.
If you're Man City and standing ahead of you, remember at the time, standing ahead of you when you're at Man City at the time was Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Riyad Mahrez. Maybe you could then justify that Raheem Sterling doesn't get in the squad. I'm not sure I'd agree, particularly then. I thought that he was one of Man City's more potent players. In fact, Guardiola agreed. Guardiola played him in the most important games. He was ahead of everybody else in the pecking order. But Raheem Sterling is obviously ahead of McKola and Mudryk.
Vega on the bench. It's not. We can debate the starting 11 100%. Maybe shouldn't be starting, but the kid on the bench, Vega, Giu, that guy. What's his name?
We got him out of Barcelona. But I think it's
Giu. Like, come on, man. He's a Premier League great in the last 10 years. A Premier League great.
Was Maresca part of the team that got rid of him?
He would have trained. He would have trained Sterling. I don't know if it wouldn't have been his decision directly to obviously contribute towards that decision.
It suggests that they want him out. I think it suggests not being even part of the squad against your former club on the opening day of the season. I believe it suggests that Raheem Sterling is now surplus to requirements, and they may be looking to claw back some money.
But you look at your lineup, right, and your front three. There's a lot of youth in that. You know, something that Sterling isn't anymore. Now you can always say you need a bit of experience around the house, but could they just be looking towards a new?
I think you could be right, Adam. You know, if he wasn't selected, you know, if Raheem Sterling wasn't in the starting lineup, I don't think we'd be having this chat. But not in the squad at all. That just doesn't sound like it's possible. Chelsea aren't that good that we can leave a player out.
You've done it to Chalobah, you've done it to Chilwell.
And this is why.
Chalobah feels like it's like we need to get rid of him. Like that didn't feel like a manager
thing. This feels
This
similar.
But that's what I think this is. I think this is from the board.
They want his wages off the books. Still £300,000 a week. He still hasn't got the first touch.
Yeah. The problem is as well. This is why I believe that Maresca's getting away with it. Like, people are very kind about Maresca, Chelsea, and I understand why. We kind of have to believe in him, and we need him to be good. But I just think he's such a traitor. Like, he's come into the club and he's done everything that the board want him to do.
What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do?
Okay, I want him to come in. I want him to come in with a little bit of principle and say that his responsibility isn't to just be a mouthpiece for the board. It isn't to just be a facilitator of the Win Stanley and Stewart project. What he should do is say, my responsibility is to build the best football team here. Right. I'm going to build a football team at Chelsea that is going to compete with Man City. That's what his responsibility should be. And there is no way that he's trying to do that, because if you're trying to build the best football team at Chelsea, Trevor Chalobah is in the starting lineup. Conor Gallagher is in the starting lineup. I think you could easily argue that Raheem Sterling's in the starting lineup, and if he's not in the starting lineup, he's 100% in the squad.
We're hearing some respected journalists are saying that Sterling found out this news on Friday. And it's a Maresca decision with full club support.
Right. Is there a world he's just been really radical? We've seen a load of managers come in and play crazy formations, completely believe in the youth. Maybe, like you said, mate, maybe it's a completely tactical thing. I think it's a little bit naive if it is.
But if it is that, do you not just think there's a respect issue, Ad? Like, do you not just think that...
He doesn't owe Raheem Sterling anything? And we don't know how he's done it. Let's say he's told Raheem Sterling to his face on Friday, you're not in the team on Sunday. Get your head down, whatever. And Raheem Sterling's reacted to it, then it's not his fault if he's just communicated to him like that, right?
No, I think the way that you phrased it there would be legitimate. Yeah. Look, Raheem, I've got a very particular way that I want to go up against Man City. Your skill set isn't required, but we've got a huge season ahead, and I think that you're an integral part of our team. Bear with me on this. I think that's very different, but I don't think that could have happened. Because if that does happen, I don't think Raheem Sterling puts out a statement, does he?
No, you're right, yeah. I
don't know, I just think players are so sensitive these days and they can't take being dropped. And you've got a new manager that's in there that's got to come in and make his statement, make the players know that, this guy is in charge. And if you've got a player there that isn't quite pulling their... And again, we're kind of making assumptions to fill in the gaps of the bits that we don't know. So... some of us could be wrong with our assumptions, some are good. But if he's not performing to a standard in training and your other players are seeing this and then you just pick him,
if you put him on the bench, he's the final name on the bench by the third choice keeper, the third keeper. why it creates no issues. It's a PR.
Yeah.
It's beautiful PR. He
Yeah.
just sits there. He's quiet.
Yeah.
And the TV cameras don't pan to him or whatever.
Or, if you,
100%.
or you could even suggest that he had an injury. You know, if he's not in the squad, if you wanted, you could suggest that he just come. You know,
Smart.
there's ways of
It's a mess
navigating
in
this.
it, Rory. It's not how a club run.
It's a mess.
They
It's,
Oh,
want a
club's run.
Saudi club. It feels like they want a Saudi club to come in for Sterling. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
spot
mean,
on.
so you just think they just go, we've got him on the way. Yeah, I think also the club's in such a mess from Maresca's side. Like, why make more stories off the pitch?
It's gonna be hard. I don't think he
Why
goes to
not
Saudi
just
Arabia.
sneak Sterling onto the
He's
bench?
not that kind of. I think, unless I'm wrong, I might be wrong.
he's too young and too good for Saudi Arabia.
He's far too young. He works too hard.
far too good as
He
well.
won a Premier
It's
League club.
important.
He'd want to go to Tottenham. He'd want to go to Arsenal. He thinks he's at that level.
But he is at that level.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he
I don't
could
think
do
he
a
goes
job.
to Arsenal. I don't think Raheem Sterling gets in the Arsenal side.
Top 4.
But I think he certainly would improve most teams in the Premier League and certainly
Villa?
be an option for most managers,
But his
wouldn't he?
wages.
Yeah,
No
he'd
one
have
can
to take it.
touch him.
Nobody's paying 300 grand. Nobody should.
No,
but
Chelsea
he's not
shouldn't.
dropping.
He's not worth 300 grand a week. But then very few players are. If any
Loan
are.
him.
Yeah, it's a shambles. But this is all a shambles of our own making. This is the thing. Like we've got a squad of like. Did you see them in the? Did you see that thing in the gym?
I thought it was a meme.
No, it's not. It's
I thought it
real.
was a meme, and then I realised.
And they're
it
all
was-
waiting for benches and that.
Yeah.
Do you remember Graham Potter said something
sharing
about
like
it?
one dumbbell.
Mate,
So
can I,
good,
can I
so
jump in on these? Yeah.
it was,
Someone put something up on the Twitter and said something like, "It's like my gym on New Year's Day."
Yeah. Also, it looks like a temporary tent's been put up just for the
Just to like house the
like-
additional,
Yeah.
No, it's a mess,
mental.
but it's a mess of our own making, and I don't understand why. Not us. I think that we had the conversation, but you know, more prestigious people than us. Like, I don't understand why this isn't being spoken about at the highest level.
Yeah.
Like they're ruining Chelsea. Like they're completely ruining it. There's 45 players. Like how can that be an efficient?
I've read it was 49 somewhere.
49 players in. How can that be an efficient training setup? How can Enzo Maresca possibly... In fact, Graham Potter spoke about this.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Graham Potter was
did,
like, I can't really keep across it? Do you remember Mauricio Pochettino forgot who Malang Sarr was?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
There must be managers walking past going,
No,
Who's that?
no, Pochettino.
I forgot I had him.
Pochettino. And that was...
We aren't evolved as humans to know more than 50 people. That's from back in the tribes and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I don't
when we were
think-
living in tribes. No, honestly, we're not evolved to know over 50 people.
No, I don't know. Do you know? I always find it very funny. You know when I go out
Chelsea
for,
fans
you know
are
when I go out for like my mate's birthday,
they're
and there'll
not
be
evolved
like
either.
100
I know
people.
like 25
I'm like,
people's names
yeah,
off by heart. On
I know.
my life, 50
and also,
maybe.
I fake that I know loads of people's names when I don't. Everyone
I'm so
becomes,
bad with
hello,
names, yeah.
mate.
Hello,
I don't know who I've seen you in the gym for 15 years and I still don't know your name.
There's people
Like that
like
Tiger Woods meme, Big Dog, where he's leaning over and he's like, Big Dog to everyone. How's it going?
people like I recognise that like because I went to the game on Friday. And it's like people I haven't seen for months.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, how you doing? You all right?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
I don't know any of their
I don't
names.
know anything
Like,
about
but
them.
we'll
I know. It's
hug and
ridiculous.
kiss and celebrate
But look,
and cry together.
I
and
don't
all
know how we can expect Enzo Maresca to keep across this. Graham Potter spoke about it, and we didn't really listen, maybe because it was Graham Potter and we enjoyed mocking him. But when Graham Potter said, this is impossible, I've got 2 full-size matches being played at the same time.
Yeah.
How can I be across this?
You need 2 managers.
How can I possibly be across this?
Maybe that's where you'll go next. You
It's-
start just bringing in loads of managers like we've done. We've got 3.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do
I
3,
just
4
don't,
managers.
and, honestly, I feel like they're running the club into the ground there, and there's just too many.
And a hyper black them stairs in here. Juice Sauce says it's odd that Sterling, and we'll get through to
Too many
I
man.
just want to build a little vibe with a girl there. Hotel pop up the phone, then it's on with a little bit of high grade Dom Perignon. Champagne Hennessy, not very long.
too many man. Odd that Sterling hasn't had any major links away from Chelsea, says Juice. We'll catch up on some of the other
He can't
super
move.
chats as well when we move on from this chat.
No one would take him. Financially speaking, no one would touch him with a barge pole.
hang on.
PSR.
no, but
way.
there's a world in which he becomes incredibly good value as well, Buvey, because you may, if we're correct here, if Chelsea don't want him, which sounds ludicrous to me, but if Chelsea can acquiesce to losing money on him but getting the wages off the books, suddenly he becomes a really, really highly coveted player because you're not paying a transfer fee.
Arsenal.
No, he's going Saudi. If you're telling me Ivan
No,
Toney-
he's
not that
28.
guy.
He's
He's not
too
that
good
guy.
for Saudi.
We can't keep using Saudi Arabia. If we don't know the answer, we just can't say Saudi Arabia. If we don't know.
He's one of those players that's been playing
Do you
young.
not think he goes and plays? So, for example, there's a lot of Chelsea players currently doing the business at AC Milan.
Yeah, yeah,
you
good
know-
shout.
Can they afford the
They're not
wages?
paying.
No,
more than
I'm not. I don't
Get
think
a
they
loan.
pay the wages. I don't think.
Little long.
You'd have to pay all his wages.
Yeah, you'd have to pay.
No, but I think
No
that
way.
It's just free.
If a club, and look, I don't really know what I'm talking about here.
Name a club. Name a club
But
in Europe.
if
that
a
would take
club like let's use AC Milan as an example. If AC Milan could possibly get Raheem Sterling for free, suddenly they would pay a lot of wages because they haven't paid
Or
a
a big
penny.
signing
100 grand, maybe
They're
150
not going
grand.
to free
Newcastle?
whatever he's on.
He was linked with them before Chelsea, wasn't he?
He'd be a good signing for Newcastle.
Imagine that. It started with
Be a very good
Mbappe and
signing.
they ended up with Sterling. Great on loan.
No, but Sterling's good.
Sterling's
Man.
not.
No, I'm not disrespecting
Sterling's
him,
also
but
very. Sterling's
They have
also
bigger
a
dreams,
lot
didn't they?
better. Like I saw their squad. That Almer, I know he's still not meant to be off to America, but he's still about.
Shit, yeah.
He's still about in that squad.
yeah.
So
Sterling's underrated how big he is. He's one of the highest achievers, English players in the last 10 years, one of the highest scorers in the Premier League in the last 10 years from England. I think he's
Mate,
number 2 behind Harry Kane
he's a
in the last 10 years.
He is brilliant.
Fuck.
But
How am I meant to
T-Bow's
sneap
dropped
it? That's because of you, man. He's 100% a Hall of Famer. When he retires,
Yeah.
Raheem Sterling goes straight into the Hall of Fame.
I think it's 5 Premier League titles. I might be. It's either 4 or
No,
5.
he's had a great career.
yeah, of
He's had a
course.
great career.
had a
But
great
also,
career.
he's been doing it since he was about 15. Everyone was aware of him when he was 15 at QPR.
Yeah, the QPR training story. Have you heard of that? Where he's a guy from QPR said, "Do you want to train with QPR? You're gonna have to run up and down here for like 2 hours straight sprinting," and he was just vomiting while he's running. That's how much he wanted it.
Really?
There's a really interesting story from a QPR coach
Really?
about him. Yeah, he wants it more than anyone. I still think he does want it on
I
some
love
level.
those. Yeah, I love those stories about like the determination.
Yeah, yeah.
Wayne Rooney told a very funny one.
123 Premier League goals.
Did you hear?
Come
Yeah, that's a
on.
lot. Did you hear Wayne Rooney talking when he said when he broke into the Everton team? He was looking at some of the players and he's like really looking up to them. He's like, God, one day I'm going to be able to like maybe link up with whoever it is, David Unsworth. It'll be amazing.
Tony Hibbert.
Yeah, and then he went, and then I got in a team and I realised they were all shit.
Is that toughy to
How did Tony Hibbert get a living? It's madness, isn't it? He
crazy.
just stuck around, didn't he?
Yeah, he just
he was at
stuck
a
around.
good level when he was 18, and he must have just stuck around.
Some of them players stick around, but also
Got to be good in
pretty good
life.
players.
It's a good life skill though to
Yeah.
stick
just, they
around.
just look shit compared to everyone else. Matt Schaub says, big up Rory and are the best creators for their respective club. Big up Buvey, most effortless wind-up merchant.
Yeah, he started strong today.
Feeling
Booth,
a
didn't he?
high-scoring
I'm
game
not into
here.
that anymore this season. I've changed a new.
yeah.
You proved that
England.
wrong. Mate, I think honestly, I think the show
Someone
was
will
40
find an
seconds.
article. Someone will find an article.
It's 40
I'll
seconds.
tweet you.
Booth.
I'll tweet you. I'll tag you. Yeah.
You tag me.
It was
I'm not looking at
442.
Twitter at the moment.
Why is that? Oh,
Not
is
going
Brentford
well.
mugging you off.
He
I'm so
mugged me
glad I'm
off.
not
I
in that
mugged them
video.
off.
Huh?
I mugged them off.
We're talking about Brentford.
Oh, the bus stop in Hounslow. I like that line.
yeah.
But I'd never say that about Brentford. I've got too much respect for Brentford. I like Brentford. They're a great club.
Why are
they're
you
not.
Donald
No,
Trump
if
in
you
it?
no, if you want to put me, if you want to
I
put me in
love
your
Brentford,
clips,
great club.
okay, you're not a bus stop in Hounslow. You're more like a megabus route into London. Okay, you're part of the megabus route.
It's such a weird support as well. I'm sure it's like fellas out of like Ealing and Kew who used to support someone else and now they've got kids.
Got
They want to
rejected.
take their kids to football, so
Yeah,
they go
yeah.
to Brentford. But they're not Brentford. I'm convinced. There's never been an 18-year-old Brentford fan.
CP Vaughan, it says 115 players versus 115 charges. The Prem is back, baby.
like
And
that.
someone's going to have to decipher this one for me. I think I've got half of it. Old Channel says, we got rid of CG, who I assume is Conor Gallagher, because he isn't suited to JDP.
JDP
What's JDP?
isn't
Deep
suited.
press.
JDP.
It's something
Mate,
deep
I'm not
press.
going to. You lot.
John's
John will know
deep
this.
press.
JDP.
John's deep press.
Yeah.
John's deep
John's
press.
deep press is what he does with the goals.
That's grim.
Wow.
No denying it though. Fucking
Yeah, no
hell,
denying it.
Gone quiet over there, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Yeah, he
Gone
just
quiet
went,
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's a fraud, isn't he? I should think he
Who,
is.
Maresca?
Man. I think that someone in the Chelsea board thought they actually had Guardiola on a contract. They just didn't know who they were, and he thought he's Guardiola. That's what I think. There's a world that's true.
I
You
mean,
know,
I
he looks
really
like Guardiola.
don't know. I really don't know how this game goes today. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we win, and I wouldn't be surprised if we lose 5-0. Like, I really have no idea. Like, would you be that? Why have we got a kit that's designed for a 12-year-old? Look at that stupid
It's
kit.
wavy, man. It's like waves.
Wavy good. Oh, you mean like literal?
It's like
literal
waves, isn't it?
waves.
It's like water. Or what?
We've got the
It's like
definition
water.
of JDP.
Gone.
Juego de possession. Possession football.
Possession football.
Jesus
Christ.
The problem is we've got possession football for the sake of possession. Like we have possession for the sake of it.
Yeah.
You know, we played Man City fairly recently. When I say recently, I mean like 2 weeks ago.
Played
They were
Celtic as
2-0
well,
up. Man City were 2-0 up after 5 minutes. Celtic beat us 4-1. We only won one game in the
but
whole
you
of
can't- you
pre-season.
can't- you
We
can't
even
though.
played one
You
at Stamford
can't
Bridge and we only drew. Like genuinely, we only
can't.
beat in the whole of pre-season. Club
It
Americas.
don't count them. It don't count.
Counts a bit.
You'll forget about it in a few
Do
days.
you know why?
After this game and next game.
I think it's an interesting debate about does it count? Does pre-season count? Does pre-season matter?
I think it's almost no
I
correlation.
think it matters a little bit. Do you know why I believe that? And I used to say it didn't matter. And then in 2015, I went on the pre-season tour and we didn't win a game. I went to the States. We played in New York, Charlotte, and Washington, D.C. And I went to all 3 games. We didn't win. We were terrible, really bad. And everyone went, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. It's only about fitness. It's only about finding... That was the season. Mourinho got sacked. We finished 10th. Ava Canero. It was that season. And then I thought, that pre-season was correct, man. We should have paid more attention to that pre-season.
No, I don't think a good pre-season generally means you're going to have a great season, but a bad pre-season can set you up badly.
Was yours
for a
good?
start.
Like results-wise?
Results-wise, no.
They
We
got
beat
beat by
Betis,
Liverpool, didn't they?
but we lost against Arsenal and Liverpool. But we beat Arsenal.
I used to watch I used to be so excited as a
So
kid.
that's
I used
the
to watch
real
all
quiz.
the games.
No, but it's so much
Pre-season
football
games.
now. You can't.
I know.
There's
I
so
took
much.
2
now.
fucking weeks off.
It's overload, isn't it? You're
2
like,
weeks off.
The game's
Got the
underway.
Blues. God, we look
Which
good.
ones?
Is there flares or what's that fog? Were there flares?
Foggy day in old
Flare,
London
innit?
town.
Haaland's just gone straight into
Come on,
the
we're
Come
all
on,
on the Chelsea
God.
brigade over here. Innit?
Yeah, totally.
John, you
Can't
can't do
want
it,
Chelsea
can
to
Totally,
win a
you
football
have to.
match. No, I don't.
You can't want City.
No, I don't want Chelsea to win. No, City ideally. But I think it could be a draw. I think it's a good time to play them if you're Chelsea.
Well, there is that theory
It is
about
the
the
best time. It's the best time.
Also, do you remember last season? This time last year, do you remember we started the season? We played Liverpool and we were weirdly good. Do you remember? We drew 1-1 and we should have won the game.
Salah was
We had a
getting
goal
angry, wasn't he?
Was
disallowed.
that when Mudryk looked like $1 million?
Nah.
it's
That
2
was
years
the
ago
season
now.
before. Yeah, that was a debut.
That was 2 years
That
ago.
was a debut game on the club, I believe.
Yeah.
That was the first ever game on the club.
And I said he was shit from day dot.
And by the way,
You did.
that was like 18 months ago, and we've already hit 200,000
yeah.
subscribers.
200,000.
Unbelievable, really.
Real.
What was the moment that took us over the line, do you think? What was the moment?
I think it was
What
you.
was that
It
final
you.
guy that said, fuck it, subscribe? What was that moment?
I think
what
it
were
was
they watching?
watching you lie about the weird correlation of opening day games keeping big teams apart.
I will find that article. I'm so glad we brought this up.
If you don't
I'm
find
so
it, you'll
glad.
write it.
You think it's completely random? God, you guys are so naive.
No, I don't, maybe it's not completely random, but
that's
your
what I said.
theory,
No, I said-
was that they keep the big clubs
Here's
apart.
my theory, just to make sure that we're all on the same page.
By the way, your theory
Premier
wasn't
League
my
title
theory.
deciding games are never the first or the last game of the season. That's what I'm saying.
That's completely
So
correct.
City Arsenal would never ever have been this game.
I remember Liverpool
ever.
played Arsenal. I remember. Do you remember
Ever.
Mane scored that amazing goal
Yeah.
at
they weren't title
Emirates? Arsenal played Liverpool first day of the season 4-3. That was a title.
No, it wasn't.
Of course it was.
What, when Arsenal came 8th next to Sheffield United?
That season, I think Arsenal nearly won the league.
What year are you talking about? Sorry,
I think it was the year that. When was that?
I'm
Sadio
pretty sure
Mane's
City won the league that
debut.
season. But
Sadio
Producer
Mane scored an
Jack's got a
amazing goal.
theory. Said the Manchester derby is always on his birthday week.
exactly, if it's randomised, why
No,
how
but wait,
would that
hang
happen?
on,
I also
hang on.
had a
Is your birthday round Easter?
Exactly,
No,
they
but
put
that-
the
no,
big
but hang
games
on.
in the middle of the season.
No,
It's
the
pretty
derby.
simple.
Hang on. You're so
Scheduling.
Buvey, you're giving me a migraine. the Manchester derby, and Jack, you're better than this. The Manchester derby will always be. It's like a London derby will generally be
Yeah.
Boxing Day.
I get what you're
A
saying,
Manchester
safety.
derby
Yeah,
will
yeah.
generally be Boxing
Yeah.
Day. So yes, there will be a correlation to those games. My strong argument is that they don't keep title
Nah, they don't
potential
do that.
teams apart.
Because also you don't know who's going to be going
you
for the
haven't-
title. No one predicted Arsenal were going to go for the title when they finished 5th.
Mate,
Keep them
Chelsea and
away
Arsenal.
from
Chelsea were the team that were likely to win the league, apart from Manchester United and Arsenal. The season that we won it, and
Yeah.
we played each other opening day.
Yeah, opening day.
Opening
and we
day.
lost.
Arsenal played Liverpool very recently. Opening day. Have Man City had anyone?
I read an article.
You
in
didn't.
442.
You didn't read any articles.
I used to read
You're
442,
making up articles.
but now I don't believe
and stop
in print
slandering
media.
442.
I don't-
442 's
So I don't believe in print media.
How can you?
So why are you basing your whole argument
Yeah,
off
yeah,
something
exactly.
that was in 442?
You guys kept rolling with it. Why don't you come up with something interesting for once?
Mate, you go. I
just
don't
brought it
believe
up
in print
one
media. I
sentence
don't
and now
believe in
you've
print
got-
media.
digging a big
I read
hole.
an article in 442. I read it on the online version.
I used to read it so much back in the day, man.
No, I think there's obviously they make sure you can't play your home game so they maybe switch a home game that was going to be a home game to an away
Yeah,
game.
like Arsenal and Tottenham won't play at home
fuck's
together,
sake.
but that's not the same point.
And also you have an order where at the moment we played at home and Liverpool played away, and we'll kind of correlate with their home and aways for the.
So what?
like,
The
we'll be
Liverpool
opposite.
did Liverpool Man United not play at home on the same day?
No. It's not a thing.
Right.
But the start of the season's been that way.
But obviously,
So for the rest of the season, it'll be that way.
yeah.
So it's
But obviously,
easy to-
Liverpool. No, Man City, Man United obviously don't play at home on the same
No,
day.
so
ever.
it'll be make sure they're away on this week and make
You
sure
still
they're
going
at
on
home.
about it? I was watching the football. I lost interest in this about 30 minutes ago, lad.
That's why though.
Why don't you come with some notes
Because
prepared?
you
and we
can
can
just wind up
a
version.
short list
You
of
cause-
ideas. Bring
you
some
cause all
ideas
sorts
to
of
the game.
You cause
I
all
don't-
sorts of problems. You
Okay.
cause all sorts of problems. We're trying to sort it out. We're trying to put
Sort
the
it out,
fire
yeah. Where have you got?
And you're
You're digging yourself into a bigger hole. You're never going to get to the end, lads. For
Yeah.
God's
This is
sake.
why it's the most effortless wind-up version.
It's effortless wind up.
I've changed this season. It's
Go on,
pure
son.
analysis this
Gonna
season
get
from me.
that.
Oh, wait. Chelsea on the attack.
Come on.
Cuckoo in the box.
Good defending.
Tackle.
Rico Lewis.
I love
keeps him
Rico
out
Lewis,
nice
man.
and
What a
easy.
Do you think Rico Lewis will play that position?
Yeah, he'll be trusted.
But he himself suggested that he wants to be not there, didn't he?
I've not seen this. No, what did he say? What, midfield?
I
He
don't
made
know,
a
yeah.
comment about wanting to play midfield last season, didn't he?
Yeah,
I
is
think
it,
if you're a pet, you'd be
You'd play what
slightly
you're
worried
told
about
to
Carl
play,
Walker
though.
off the Euros. I think a little bit leggy at points. I don't think he had a bad
no, but
tournament.
it does sometimes happen with defenders, doesn't it? That they go from being brilliant to finished in the space of 3 weeks.
Especially when you rely on
Have you
pace.
not got a sponsor again?
They
Yeah,
fucked
what
it
is
up,
that
didn't they?
It's
There
good
was some
for
big
Chelsea
pocket,
fans
wasn't
because they
there?
get
Oh.
nice clean
It looks
shirts.
clean.
I mean, that
Do we?
like a
It's an
training
Have you seen
shirt.
our kit?
It's
It
an
looks
That
like a
looks
training top.
nice.
Yeah, it's
That's like
horrible.
waves, like water.
An oil
Mate,
spill.
you're a child. It's like a
Until
dude.
Nike
Do you know
send
who
it out
like-
to
do you know who
Rory
like-
and he says, post a picture in it.
Sports
I
Direct,
love this
send him
shit.
one. With the Sports Direct mug.
No, do you know what I keep asking? Do you know what I keep? Whenever anybody was like offers me something like that, I always just want it for my kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you just send me it, but for size,
Good job
for
for you.
size
Both-
5?
They
And they're like,
fit both of you.
How tall are you? Yeah, could I have it to fit a 5-year-old? Yeah, that's the size we were sending you anyway. Yeah.
It's already on the way.
Come on, Chelsea.
on,
do
Blues.
something,
Oh, shut
man.
up,
Fucking
man.
hell.
Fucking.
Please, God.
I was
Doku.
rooting for you against Fulham as well because you were the underdogs. So don't snap
you
on
were-
City.
Yeah, we talk about that.
Fucking hell. That was a beautiful finish, by the way.
Xerxes.
Proper
was
poacher's
good.
goal, isn't it? I was a bit frustrated when he came on because I know it's his game, but he kept dropping deep, and I was thinking, come on, man, we need someone in the box.
But he moved it quick, didn't he? I
Him
thought you looked
him
sharp.
dropping deep with Hoyland when he's fit.
Yeah.
It could be interesting.
But then it's like,
2 kids, though,
you're
innit?
going to be in Bruno's position as well. Bruno's our best player.
But Bruno
No,
dropped
no.
deep,
Bruno
didn't
ran
he?
the
Bruno
show.
would link up with Xerxes and,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and he kind
Like
of
Bruno
Also, they're
based
good
on
enough
that-
players to interchange. I
Yeah,
think.
that's true. And Bruno likes to push on.
I think you're going to have a good season, although I feel
Do you
like
know,
that could be
from the
like,
game though, Fulham, I thought it was interesting as a Fulham fan. Like, we went for it against you. I think that's the only reason we conceded that late goal. I think if we're at the Emirates, if Fulham at the
you
Emirates,
sit back there.
or if we're at Etihad and we're 1-0 down, 85th
List
minute,
some other clubs, man. There are 7 other clubs you could
we
list.
sit in deep. But I think against you, it was interesting. Like, Kearney's overpressed. We've still got that one DM, and we've sort of conceded it. I think we
Kearney,
thought we
how's
were
he
in it.
still-
We had a period when the game started. For the first 10 minutes, I thought Fulham looked really good.
Yeah.
And Casemiro looked a bit all over the place. And I was thinking, oh my God. But then he settled and we settled. And when Casemiro settled, he was picking passes. We should have scored 2
Yeah.
in the first half with Bruno. And then
Was it
Mason
good?
Mount
Was
had
it
that
good in there,
chance as
Ad?
well.
Yeah, Mount missed, didn't he?
Casemiro looked good. Mason Mount, yeah. In terms of our press, because once our
Oh,
press
here we
started
go.
going,
Here we go.
we
You
look
ready
good.
for this? Mason Mount, right? What a player. Here we go.
It was- no, it was
Oh, yeah,
important.
yeah.
it was important for that because him and Bruno were forcing the turnovers constantly.
No, he's at that. It's
But then on the
is
ball,
his
he let
exceptional.
himself
He had a
down a
big
bit.
chance, didn't he? He had a big
Yeah, he
chance.
should've
Should have scored.
But, yeah.
I saw him miss a header in your pre-season, which is, I know, it's kind of irrelevant. But I saw him miss a header, and I was like, oh my God. Like,
I've completely forgotten about him. He was in so many England squads, like so many 11s,
2000,
Euros,
2021 though, man.
and
You wouldn't be
World Cup.
surprised though if he's someone that forces himself in with the new manager.
Do you think?
He could go again with England.
the problem that he's got now is
Raheem
Kobe
Sterling,
Mainoo, though.
kind of.
Like Kobe Mainoo being so good for England.
I think Bruno's his problem.
No, sorry.
Oh, in-
big
for
chance.
England,
Big chance City.
Go on.
That's all right. Next time, have a shot.
For England, Mason Mount's position
Yeah,
was
sorry,
once
for
so assured. I feel like he's now behind Kobe Mainoo and Conor Gallagher.
And Palmer,
And-
Madison.
Yeah.
See, but I think really and truly, like, if Mount's in form, he is better than Conor Gallagher. You know what I mean? Personally speaking.
It's
Like,
just
he
such a long time ago.
40 games for United.
It's just
this
such
season.
a long time
You know
ago.
the season
We've seen that.
Gallagher had for Palace, where he was smashing a few goals in, looked superb, total complete package. Wouldn't Mount have that kind of season for Palace?
Mount has had that kind
Yeah.
of season
Genuine
for us.
question.
Oh, yeah.
Genuine.
Chelsea.
Mount's had that season
Mount
for
would
us.
be better for Palace than Gallagher was.
What do you think about
It's just a
Enzo
long time
Fernandez?
ago, I'm saying. It's a long time ago.
What do you think about
Mount's
Enzo
still
Fernandez
young.
being made captain?
I was going to bring this up when I saw it. It kind of enrages me, to be honest. How is he your
Enzo
captain?
Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez off the back
Made him
of...
captain.
That's crazy.
Like, they had an issue in the dressing room.
Oh,
They
for
were like,
God's sake, rare.
Here's one way everyone has to listen to you, Enzo. I know half your dressing room hates you right
I
now.
can't believe it.
Yeah.
I
Here's
really,
the
I
armband. Now they
really-
have to listen.
It's on brand for
I
Chelsea.
really
It's just
can't
a
believe
mess.
it.
Everything's a mess.
I really can't believe they've made him captain. Like,
Is he permanent?
it's
captain?
actually
that's
mental.
Oh, this is a
fucking
big
pass
pass.
by
Why is he so
Enzo
far off
Fernandez.
Jackson's on side. Jackson's on side.
It's a joke.
Oh.
It's a joke, isn't it?
Is that Enzo Fernandez with the pass?
Surely, as anyone else could be captain.
But I don't
just
think anyone's...
can't
No one's
believe-
Thiago
Silva.
Silva, surely.
Yeah, but no one's questioning...
Thiago
Thiago Silva's
Silva.
gone. No one's questioning...
He's gone. He's been gone
he's
years
yeah.
now. He's a year now.
Gone to Brazil.
one's
Last
questioning-
went to Fluminense.
Final day of the
Yeah,
season, he's gone.
No one's questioning Fernandez's like potential. Maybe
I am.
Rory is.
I am.
But in his ability.
Whoa, John.
I know
hang
you
on,
might
hang
be,
on,
but my
hang on.
point, yeah, but let me
I
just hold
think
on
we
that
can
point.
legitimately question that.
Yeah, but let me finish that point. Is that that's not the issue with giving him the armband.
Agreed.
It's
agreed.
the chaos off the pitch. Like, regardless of whether he's learnt his lesson, which I don't believe he has, or whether he's been punished right, which I don't believe he has, you don't then give him the armband of one of the biggest clubs in England.
Is Reece James the captain?
Completely agree.
Yes, the club.
So he's
captain,
just
but
he's just
injured.
holding on to it.
But he's playing now.
But yeah, he still sends the wrong message.
It sends the wrong message. 100%. It's not.
Was it Fofana
captain-
he had an issue with?
Yeah,
as well?
Fofana's playing.
It was more than fun.
I mean, it's all the
Fofana,
French
Fofana
players.
called it.
He was the most vocal. wasn't he?
Fofana labelled it in a very scathing way. He called it unmitigated racism, and he wasn't incorrect.
And now he's got to follow him out onto the pitch.
I think
Yeah.
look, there are two different conversations here. One of them is even if Enzo Fernandez was putting in performances like Frank Lampard in 2010, should he be Chelsea captain? I would say no. The second debate is he good enough to even start for Chelsea? And again, I would say no. So the fact that he's currently captaining Chelsea makes literally zero sense for me. Like, Conor Gallagher's a better player than him, and we've decided to freeze Conor Gallagher out.
Cucurella's done well there. I was about to ask.
Really well.
Doku's been on the right.
Talking about international duty and going away and things being worse when they come back. Cucurella's actually looks
Gone the
better
other
now,
way,
doesn't
yeah.
it?
It's gone the other way.
Come back and he looks. Do you think he can bring that form to Chelsea?
Yeah, I mean, he played very well. You know,
Big time.
you know,
Button.
Go on.
Left foot.
Shift it.
I'm telling you, Doku was on the right, and he's not looked comfortable there. He's had 3 crosses that have just gone out for goal kicks.
I don't like playing both. I don't like
cannot
playing both.
believe that Jeremy Doku and Buvey always challenges me on this, and I know that I'm right. I know that I'm right, and I know that you're going to argue.
What's this?
When I say to you that it was such an error to allow Cole Palmer to leave, and you always justify it by saying, no, it was right for everybody and it was a lot of money. And then I see Jeremy Doku do that, and I just think, what are you on about? It was such an error to allow Cole Palmer. Like,
Yeah, but
Cole Palmer should be playing for
Cole
Man City.
Palmer would start for you right now if he was in the City. Like, he'd
100%.
start
But
right wing.
that's not the question, is it?
100%.
At the time,
No, it should be
No,
the
but
question,
this
though.
is an
It should be. It was
executive decision
only a year ago. It was
But
1
this
year
is for
ago.
the board of City. This isn't a footballing decision. Was he good enough to start for City when he
Oh,
scored
come
in
on,
the Super
Chelsea!
Cup? Yes, he was. But you can't keep hold of every big player.
Or use that might be like
We can.
a
I do
mid-table
agree.
team
What's that
without
mean?
Rodri, you know.
I do agree, Booth.
What are you
that, like,
talking about?
Rodri. I tell you what, there's another narrative. Is Cucurella Haaland today? Cucurella spent half a summer singing about Haaland being scared of him, isn't he?
Which, yeah, that's it. Which song was worse?
The thing about Southgate gave Cucurella that moment to fucking
was
sing that
joking.
song in front of 1 million people in Madrid.
Did you see that
Bellend.
he's become
Nah,
he's
nothing
become
wrong
an
with that.
ambassador?
It was everything
He's
wrong with
become
it.
an ambassador for the Booth
Have a
brand.
shot.
Yeah, he has.
Has he actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
good
genius.
tackle by
Fantastic
Kovacic.
tackle.
Great
God.
tackle. Look like Rodri putting that.
Is that
Eased him out the
Kovacic?
way with
Yeah.
his bum, yeah.
I've never ever seen him do that. I've watched him play a lot of football. I've never seen him do
I'm
that.
not a big fan,
Kevin
mate.
De Bruyne.
I really don't think
I was,
he's
but I'm not
comfortable on
now.
this side.
Go on then. Just keep the ball now. Don't lose it.
But he'll,
Lovely use of his body.
Cucurella's doing well, but he'll get a moment out.
Do you reckon? Well, he's gone past him twice, and then he's honestly just put in the worst crosses I've ever seen.
He needs to calm down a little bit. He's a very rash footballer at the moment, Doku. Yeah, and people giving him massive praise for
Yeah.
the second season syndrome
See,
at City. He's always big
feel
for a
like,
player.
I feel like Doku is
Gonna get
far
going.
far easier for somebody like Cucurella to deal with than somebody like Bernardo Silva. I think Cucurella knows exactly what he's doing with a player like Doku. Whereas
That's
I think a
proven,
player
yeah.
like Bernardo Silva, who's so unpredictable,
And he likes
Yeah,
getting
you're
those,
right.
He gets those touches, you know, them little pushes, little shoves. And
Oh, he's filth.
when Doku's fiddling with the ball. it
No,
makes it
Cucurella,
easier.
in a good way, Cucurella is filth.
I love football, man. I love how Guardiola can go from having no wingers in a side, no strikers, to having a big striker up front and 2 wingers. I love it.
He does adapt, doesn't he? He does change.
He's crazy, man. You couldn't have made 3 years ago. No City fan would ever have predicted this lineup with 2 natural wingers
Do you think-
on their natural foot. On
Do
their
you think Erling
Savino's
Haaland's going
left
to have a
footed.
big season? Do you
Who?
think he'll do? Do you think Erling Haaland will just do what he does? Do you
has
think
50
he wins the
goals
Golden
season
Boot?
again.
Do you think he does? Really?
Is that a big
Made
season?
goals.
At least 40.
Would you?
It sounds ridiculous. If he just scores 30,
Golden Boot.
30 goals, if that's his standard, then yeah, I think he will do that.
Golden Boot. If he wins a Golden Boot, that would be 3 Golden Boots in a row, right?
Will he come
Yeah.
against
That'd be
Bayern Munich
amazing
and Real
for
Madrid?
seasons,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's amazing. Of course it is. But will he have that season where he goes to the next level?
Who's that
which
giving it away?
means, which means a goal at the Bernabeu.
Who's that giving it away
Yeah,
for
one more,
Chelsea?
one more.
Chelsea on the attack.
Oh, why
Nico
didn't he
Jackson.
play it?
That's a
he's
foul.
fouled
That's
the
a
defender.
foul.
Found
Surely there.
Nkunku there, couldn't he?
Foul?
Could have found.
He's a
Nkunku,
foul the
yeah.
defender there.
I swear
surely.
he could have found
Could
Nkunku
just
there.
cut it to his left hand side.
Please.
No awareness.
That is a shame.
Have you seen that weird picture of Ruben Diaz like, looking kerfuffled in a kebab shop?
No,
Um,
we've all been there though.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
But I just found it funny. He's just in a vest, just stood there like looking lost.
well, he's entitled to have a kebab, I think. You know what I mean?
Think?
Yeah, I
Well, you
think
reckon
so.
he had?
Also, he probably had the sheesh. It was quite a healthy choice.
Yeah,
You go for the sheesh with rice. Nothing wrong with that at all. Maybe some
but
steamed
you-
spinach. You're loving it.
boring, man.
Jesus
You don't go to a
Christ. You
kebab
just
shop.
ruined the kebab
Yeah,
shop.
Mate, if I'm in Yap Racks, if I'm in Yap Racks, I'm gonna go for
have
the
rice?
chicken sheesh with rice. Yeah, we had a bowl of rice. Yeah, boy.
get some chips, man. Now, enjoy your life.
Nah, you need a bit of naan, man.
We've got one life, lads.
No,
one
the
life.
pita.
You having
Yeah,
rice
I
and a
get the
kebab.
I get the pizza.
Naan bread over pita.
I like the hummus. I don't mind a
Fucking foul.
a few of the
prick.
dips.
It's been given, man. Chill out.
Fucking.
I could have one of those now, actually.
Oh, yeah. Smash.
I've never heard you can even get rice in a kebab shop.
Yeah, you can.
Are you
A
crazy?
proper
Never heard of
Turkish
that.
place.
You're
Never heard of that.
You're a crazy man.
I thought it was just chips and all that.
No, you.
I go into a kebab shop to enjoy my life.
No, you're on about like a kebab chicken.
You know, Rory
Yeah.
goes
He's
in
on
and
about
gets
like going
a
to
Caesar
Turkish
salad
restaurant.
in a kebab shop. Bloody hell, man.
You do get you get a lovely Greek salad. Lovely,
Yeah.
yeah, beautiful. Couple of
I'm
olives in
full
there.
fat me. I'll just go straight to, what are we doing here? We're in a fish and
You
chip
are.
shop. We have fish and chips. Doing a kebab
Hang
shop.
on a
I'm a
minute.
kebab
You're
shop.
saying I'm having the kebab. I'm having the chicken sheesh.
Yeah.
I'm having the
But with chips in it, with chips, with all the
With rice.
sauce, with a full fat.
You're
Coke.
both in different places right now. That's
Yeah.
the problem that you've got.
It's all a kebab shop.
I'm in
Pretty
Yap.
So
simple.
he's in like a nice Turkish
Oh, you're talking
restaurant.
about a fancy restaurant?
No, I'm just talking about.
right.
I'm talking about
I'm just talking about down to earth kebab shop.
down to earth.
Yeah.
This guy,
Right.
this guy, man of the people, a Wolfie. Yeah,
Oh, I see.
he was a Fulham fan. You're too young to know about him, aren't you?
Go on, what?
There was like a show even before, like I know about it through like cultural reference rather than watching it. But there was this bloke who it was played by the dad in my family, Robert Lindsay,
Yeah.
and he played a communist based in Tooting Bec, and there's a picture of him called Wolfie, and his whole thing was like, I'm a communist and I live in London and I'm trying to like get communism into the parlour,
Oh my.
and he used to go Craven Cottage on the weekends. You should have him on a flag. You should get it called.
Like
the
that.
character was called Wolfie.
Wolfie. I have to look it up.
Wolfie, not Kevin Spacey. What did I say his name? He looks like Kevin Spacey. Robert Lindsay.
Robert Lindsay.
Oh,
yeah.
not Kevin Spacey.
My family
Shit.
was really good. Yeah, not Kevin Spacey.
Not-
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
Robert Lindsay, good in extras. Remember that?
Robert
episode
Lindsay, very
with the
good.
kid in
Oh,
the,
wait,
the,
hang on.
the children's hospital.
Yeah. Very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny. Do you know my favourite of all of those? Liam Neeson. Have you seen him doing?
Yeah.
So funny.
I think extras is better than The Office.
Very funny show.
Extras is good.
I liked
Very funny
extras.
show. Oh, that's a great turn. Charlie
Chelsea
used
been
his
playing
body
really good, you
beautifully
know.
there. Caicedo,
Really
clever
good.
foul.
The press, they're like right up him. They've committed a few fouls from it, but winning the ball back nice and early, winning it high up the pitch at times as well.
What's better for the channel? Chelsea winning the league title or not?
Yeah.
Do you think that'd be great for the channel though?
Definitely.
Because it means City haven't won it. And it'd mean you
We get views when we
Like,
when we lost the
two
FA
of
Cup
us-
final. That was
Imagine
like
all
big
three of us
views.
were involved in the
Because
title
Man
race.
United won it, man.
Jesus.
That would be huge.
That is true.
It's more if Watford had beaten you, it wouldn't be the same.
If all
I don't
three of
know,
us
I
were
don't know.
involved in a title race, my lord.
Do you-
That'd be
yeah, that would be the dream, like it used to be. 2016 all over again.
I don't know.
When was your last title race?
a real one.
You were in
Probably
nappies.
2012,
John, you were in
13.
nappies,
Have you
mate.
had
You were in
a
nappies.
have you had a title race since you
We
won
finished
it?
second with
second,
Mourinho, but we lost
miles
against
off it.
City in September. And he was like, yeah, we ain't winning the
And
league.
you were miles off it, weren't you?
So, like 19 points, I think.
That's when we were holding it in the corner, remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think
beautiful.
we've come close to winning the league since we won it.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh, no!
Haaland's in the box. Great challenge by Cucurella, but
It's
Haaland's
just
got
straight
the shot
past
away.
Cucurella, bounced off
First
him.
goal for Haaland, 17 minutes in.
Huge. Mate,
Oh,
can
what's
you believe
happened there?
Cucurella has just
I
bounced
cannot
off of him.
believe the quick feet from Haaland there. The quick feet.
I thought it was just bounced
finish
off,
as
wasn't it?
well,
It's just bounced
wow.
off.
He's done really well there. To
He's done really well.
Rat looking bastard.
It's a
you
great
talking
stand
about?
for goals to be in front of. It's a beautiful
I think
way.
that
in.
was up the other end though.
Was it not?
Yeah, that's
what
not in
was
front
it
of
then?
the City fan.
Oh, I thought it was in front of the City fan.
He's just walked through here.
Let's have a look.
Everything's coming from the wide position for City.
Look at this. It's a Savinho.
Mate, I
No,
just
it's
can't.
Doku, he's gone over there.
Docu's on that side.
Touch from
Little
Bernardo
touch.
Silva.
Bernardo Silva.
you know.
Bernardo
And that
Silva,
finish is
man.
Finish.
Special, that finish
Mate,
is
watch
special.
Bernardo Silva's touch. It's a little bit like Bruno Fernandes in the
He's
cup
a
final.
genius.
So
He's a
clever,
clever
man.
yeah.
Genius.
Oh, he's so good. Redirects it.
Look at
I thought it bounced off
strength.
a Chelsea player.
Quick
Keeper
feet,
has to do
Haaland.
better there, though.
Yeah, the keeper's got to get out.
Mate, we've got the worst keeper
Once
in the
the
league.
keeper's closed it
We've
down,
honestly got the worst keeper in the league. We've got 6 goalkeepers at the club and not one of them
the
can
keeper's
catch.
2 yards
He's
away from
narrow.
him when he
Sanchez.
shot.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck on!
Yeah, lads!
He's offside.
Oh, the lads.
VAR.
Rovens not here. Sit down.
Man, I fucking hate this shit.
So I get the lines out. Let's have a look.
He's offside, Miles. I think he's on, you know.
I think he might
Hang on,
be
I
off.
think he's on.
He's
mate.
onside, yeah.
He's on.
From that
Why
angle,
check it then? You fuck.
You know why? This is always...
No, there's no why. There's no
He-
justification.
He's onside.
That's onside.
we can't tell from this angle though.
I can
surely.
see. Look how far. Look at the distance from the line to the
But get us
foot.
in line
his-
with the players.
Bernardo
distance from the
Silva's
line to the
foot's about
foot.
size 3, by the way.
Yeah.
It's tiny, to be fair.
No, but you can see
to
how
Levi
far. How
Colwill.
far is Bernardo Silva's foot from the line? How far is?
Look at these pricks.
At
in the
worst,
room.
they're in
Look
line.
at these pricks in Stockley Park,
If our
man.
angle's that bad, that
Yeah.
I can't
it's a little bit off.
stand these
Maybe they're in
guys.
line. It's onside.
He's onside.
What a pricks, man!
They have
Ruining
to
the
check,
game.
don't they?
I can't believe the quick feet from Haaland there, didn't he?
But that's why we should have that automated stuff, man.
Well, why is it not involved?
Apparently, they're going to bring it
Why
in
is there a
during
black
the season.
screen at Goodison Park? And
That was unbelievable.
Why?
Do you know?
that
Do you
was
know?
nuts.
Have you
happened
seen?
at Goodison?
Have you seen? Oh my god! Oh my god! It was so bad. And do you know what I think they've done? I think they have completely lied their way out of it. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because I was watching it live at 3:00. I was watching it, so I haven't seen it on Match of the Day, and I've literally watched it happen. I was watching the 3:00 on a legitimate feed, right? The ref goes over to the screen, and the ref's going like this. Right? I swear to you, he's proper. The camera goes behind him to get his view of what he's watching, his exact perspective. The screen just says VAR. There's nothing happening. And he's going like that. Right? And then he goes, goal. Yeah, oh no, rules it out. That's what he rules it out.
Yeah.
So he'd given the goal, he'd given the penalty, he'd given it, and then he goes, I've got to double check it, goes and has a look.
At the black
Nothing
screen.
changes, and he comes back on and says no penalty.
And they promised Premier League fans at the start of the season that that checks would be short and for really big moments, and that was proven completely wrong.
Have you seen
instantly?
Have you seen what they've said since? Which look, I don't know if it's true. And I'm doing a bit of a Buvey conspiracy theorist here, right? But I watched it in real time. There was never a backup screen.
Yeah.
They've gone, oh, no, he didn't look at that screen. That one was broken. He went to the backup screen. Like, when? I saw this
We
happen.
watched it, yeah.
Yeah.
You're being gaslit by the
I'm
Premier
being
League.
gaslit.
It's week
I'm
one.
being gaslit.
We were saying before the cameras started, you know, the Premier League refs, I think, have their best performances at the start of the season when they're all fresh. You know, they're trying to be optimistic for the fans, put on a good show. It's usually when they're tired at the end of the season when the big decisions are made, in my opinion, the big bad ones. The first week has been atrocious.
Yeah.
The Shaw red card is an absolute embarrassment to football.
No, but
man.
that was, hang on.
He didn't move his head in. That is not a red
Shaw
card.
was the idiot.
Shaw
there.
and Diaz.
Yeah.
No, but Diaz has gone up to him, same height. You can see it as a side angle.
I saw that one as well.
The headbutt.
It was a
if I
correct
go
sending
into
off
you,
that.
If I go into you and I move my head into you, it's a
City.
red card.
2-0. Oh.
De Bruyne. fizzes one
Brereton
back.
Diaz,
Hard.
Brereton
Battered
Diaz. I mean, he missed some sitters, like not good enough. But Brereton Diaz, in that exact moment, did his team the world of good.
Oh, yeah.
He got Shaw sent off, and
we-
Shaw
we
did put his
can't-
head in.
Yeah, you can't.
We can't
you know what?
debate
It
if
might be
it's good for
soft, but you
Southampton,
can't
of
put
course
your
it
head
is.
in it.
If
He
you
didn't. He didn't. He
No,
didn't.
he did.
He didn't move his head in.
Believe he did.
I saw the replay.
No, mate.
He went up to him. You're allowed to clash heads like that. If you do that, of course it's a red card.
No, he did do that. He did, mate.
They both sort of lent in.
think
but
it's so
Shaw
cheap,
was
man.
There's
naive
no
because
doubt
Shaw
it was
was
soft. But
watching.
if you're those two, you go to Brereton Diaz, you go, you did well there. If you're Shaw's teammate, you go, why have you done that? Why have you given the referee the
Stratford? What about the Olympic Stadium, West Ham, Aston Villa? What about that penalty?
No, that was
Matty
never a
Cash?
penalty. That was Matty Cash put in the perfect tackle. Matty Cash was done such a mischief there because I don't think he's that popular at the moment, Matty Cash. I don't know how much Unai Emery likes him. And then he's given away a penalty. So any Villa fan that was thinking that he was a bit of a problem, we're going to go Cash again.
Yeah.
He put in the most perfect, exquisite tackle that he possibly could. He got just that tip of the toe on the ball to save his team, and the ref goes penalty.
Yeah.
Like, slow down,
What about-
dickhead.
And you look at the analysis. They said he made contact, but it wasn't a deliberate contact.
I saw that.
He was trying to say
he didn't do it by accident, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
if
didn't
you
do it by
slide
accident.
tackling, you
He didn't
slide
do it by
tackling to make
accident.
contact.
It doesn't matter if I accidentally kick the ball before I kick Adam in a five-side game. I'm getting the tackle in.
Yeah.
You couldn't make it up, and
no.
they got this Twitter account.
I agree with that. I followed that account.
You followed
I
it, yeah?
followed that account.
Good luck engaging with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about in communication and engaging?
They turned the comments
all
off. Shall we
replies
do a
off.
game? Turn the comments off.
Who can get blocked by that account first? Shall we do?
Buvey can.
I can't.
You're
No,
quite,
I'm
you're
very
quite a
good at game, but
blockable. You're
Chelsea
quite a
blocked me.
blockable person. Yeah.
Chelsea FC have blocked me. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I'm not blocked.
I'm barely blocked by it. I'm not blocked with
I'm a
anyone.
blocker. I block people, but I don't think
I'm completely full free speech, mate. Man, I don't block anyone.
I'll
Man.
block her.
Ricky
No, I
Hatton's
don't.
blocked me.
I'm full free speech.
Ricky Hatton?
Yeah.
What were you slagging off?
I
City?
worked with him after as well. Then I went to tag him in something and I thought, I can't tag him here. Why is that?
He's
I've
not on
been
Twitter.
blocked.
What were you doing? Were you slagging off a boxing thing or Man City?
Man
I-
City.
I
Got to
don't
be City
know.
in it.
You wouldn't have been
Because as a
talking about
boxer,
Probably
apart from the
City.
Mayweather fight, he was immense, wasn't
Yeah, and apart from the Mayweather fight, I supported him in every
For
fight.
like a boxing opinion or something on Twitter.
Maybe. Don't know.
he? Nah, it's Man United, man.
It must be United.
Come on,
City, yeah.
come on. If there's a reason for,
Yeah,
come
but you
on,
never
it's
know.
Man United.
But he likes his boxing as well.
yeah,
so
I
it's
know,
different
but,
view or
but
whatever.
not in a tribal way.
Yeah. Ricky Hatton's a nice bloke, man.
Yeah, lovely bloke.
No, he's amazing. I worked with him. He's proper.
Isn't he trying to get
Went
back into
his gym.
fighting, or he's trying to have a,
I hope not.
like a
His son
Exhibition.
fights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Campbell, he's
Isn't he with
terrible.
the bird from
saw his-
Brookside?
Who?
Him.
What, Claire Sweeney?
No, there's another one.
Claire
Let me get
Sweeney.
this right first.
Rear of the year. Do you remember that? Rear of the year, Claire Sweeney.
we got to do a competition. Who's won that in
You
the last
win
20 years?
Rear of the year.
Mate, it is Claire Sweeney.
Rear of the year. It's Ricky Hatton with Claire Sweeney.
Wow.
Manchester and Liverpool. That is like two families coming together.
Oasis and Beatles, mate.
Oasis and the Beatles come together. Claire Sweeney with the rear of the year. Do you remember her rear?
I think Kylie's won. I don't remember anyone's rear in particular. I think Kylie Minogue's definitely won it at some point.
Oh, yeah, she had it.
I'm thinking of early 2000s people.
Remember when
Carol
that
Vorderman.
bird from the royal
Jordan?
family was
Carol
talking about
Vorderman.
hers and she didn't even have an arse?
Who was it?
Oh, Pippa Middleton.
Pippa. And I was like, what are you talking about here?
Yeah, Pippa Middleton.
I've never
Buvey's
understood.
got a
I've
big
never
ass.
understood
She was
the
gorgeous.
penchant for big arses.
Foul. Yes.
No.
Well done, ref. Yeah, well done, ref.
I hate this ref.
Atrocious refs, but well
I
done.
hate all the
That
refs.
was a foul. That was a foul.
There's not a ref that I see these days and go, it'll be all right.
Would you have a selfie with what ref would you have a selfie with?
Pierluigi Collina.
No, you can't say
And that's
Colina.
it.
He's not a ref anymore. He's
No, but
retired.
that's the only ref.
Modern day. What's
You
that-
should,
what's
you
going
should
on?
have one with
Howard.
David Ellery, man. He won you the FA Cup.
And Howard Webb as a United fan.
Yeah.
Howard Webb.
Who's the other one?
David Ellery.
Who's the one that
Old
sent
Bill.
off Vincent Company?
What about the little ginger? Do you remember the little ginger?
yeah,
nut?
yeah.
Durkin.
Durkin. Nah.
I'd have one
I
with
hated
Durkin.
him. I hated him.
Who's the one that sent off Vincent Company in the FA Cup against you lot? For the high challenge, 2012, 2013.
Clattenburg.
No, he's retired. now.
Riley?
You get a selfie with him as well, fucking bellend.
Uriah Rennie.
Ruined the game.
Uriah Rennie was good.
Uriah
That's when
Rennie.
Scholes came back. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, there's nothing.
How are we getting beat, man?
How's Company getting on at Bayern? Any German league football?
I don't want.
I hope they don't win the league again.
Did we all see the company clip that went viral?
Yeah, he
From
went
Burnley?
mad.
Did you see that from the
Yeah,
Burnley thing?
swearing at
Oh,
people
mate,
and
so
that.
they had
You know, I've heard a
clip.
few things like that in the industry.
Yeah,
It's
they
going to be a
had-
little bit. Once he goes, he can go. He's
went
a
he's on
real.
the
I thought he was going to
training
beat
ground.
up
He's on
centre forward.
Let John
Yeah,
explain
he's
what
on,
happened.
he's
I
on
don't
a
know
training ground and it's from last season at Burnley. What's the player he's arguing with?
Centre forward, wasn't it? I thought he was going to beat
One
him
of the
up.
Burnley players. Good Monson, that's it.
yeah.
And it's like he stops training and he starts screaming at him and he's like, da 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 da, you're moaning and it's negativity. Carries it on for a minute, squares up to him, but
Mate,
he's
Good-
like
Good
effing
Monson.
and ahhing in his face, like screaming at him. And Goodmonson tries to back himself a little bit and go like, I'm not moaning. And he's aggressive. He's
Company
getting
was
pulled
gonna
away
beat him
from
up.
He's getting pulled away from him
And he
on the
was
training ground.
scared. Good Monson was scared.
Got a fist in one hand and like the clipboard in the other.
Yeah.
Literally, he's like,
Coming
don't
at
know
you
what
with a
to hit him
clipboard, man.
See, in that situation, I'd have to poke the bear, you know.
No.
He's
if
scared.
Company
Because you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. You can't do that.
No.
If I was a player, I'd just say something
Vincent Company would
cheeky.
beat you up, man.
Unless you're taller than I'm taller than him, so I wouldn't shit myself. But everyone around
You'd be
it,
terrified.
I'm taller than him.
That's not.
So
I don't think that's
I'd say
how life
Vincent,
works.
calm
though.
down.
I'm
I'd say
taller than him,
Vincent,
so I'd beat
calm
him
down.
I'm taller than him, so go on. Yes.
Yeah, nothing
That was
happened,
a
mate.
foul on the edge.
It's
Ref.
not a foul. Shut up,
He's giving that away. That's
Ref.
a foul.
ref.
This game is bursting to life. Come on, Blues.
Got
I
lots
must
of
have,
lots
when
of
Enzo
energy.
Fernandez does something half decent, I don't even mention it.
Mate, it won't happen often.
God,
That's
bloody
anything that
hell.
happened. Chelsea can't. Just come on, man. Just at least score a goal.
Come on, they're moving the ball decent.
Come on.
In Cuckoo, I like him a lot. Not that, but I like him a lot.
What the?
He's a good player. If he stays fit, he's a talent,
Who?
man.
Nkunku or
Nkunku.
Gusto? Nkunku.
Both, to be fair, but yeah, Nkunku's a good
What's
player.
going on with Felix? You want Yao Felix?
I don't think it's happening now.
Villa are linked
Villa,
to him as
yeah.
well today.
Yeah, no, man.
Villa.
He's not been good for 5 years.
No,
Honest
but
to
the
God.
I think
He's good at
the reason why
playing
people are interested is because there is talent there, isn't there? If you can get it right, like even when you
Catch. Well
He
done.
just made the
But like
wrong
when
move.
Liverpool got Coutinho right.
Yeah.
You know when you took a little bit of a risk on him.
But Inter, he was there for only a couple of years at Inter.
No, he was, but like the
Felix,
the
5
talent that he
years.
had, and he hadn't really fulfilled a lot of it, and then he goes to Liverpool and he's just boom, he's a player.
Coutinho,
But then Coutinho came, but he's already had a 6-month spell in the Premier League. He was fucking shit, wasn't he, Felix?
Yeah. But do you know what you would see? Often you'd see why you're speaking about him the way that you are. You'd see that a lot. But sometimes you'd see...
moment.
You'd see... You'd go, oh my God, that's why he's worth over 100 million quid, or has been worth over 100.
Mate, he made his debut against Fulham. I was at the game.
Yeah, he got sent off, didn't he?
Unbelievable for 60 minutes. Guaranteed man of the match, and then just gets sent off.
He scored.
Did
he score?
I think he headbutted Tete. Got sent off.
Did he score?
No,
it was a late tackle.
It was a high tackle.
It was a
tackle.
foot. Yeah.
I remember exactly who it was.
Yeah.
It was like in the court. Yeah, he left
It was
the
very
leg in.
different.
He
It's gone
left
from a
the leg
headbutt
in,
to a high tackle.
He left the leg in or something. But yeah, he looked brilliant. That sums him up.
He looked brilliant, but he also then did that.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is not an example of brilliance, is it? Like getting yourself sent off when your team needs you.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Can you watch the game from the hotel? Is there a room?
Yeah, there is.
You can watch the game.
Yeah, there is. Top of the Millennium. They call it Millennium Suite.
And what's that a night, do you reckon? On a match
On a match day, it'd be a fortune.
What?
On a,
5 grand, 10 grand?
On a Tuesday, on a Tuesday when
random
we're not...
Tuesday.
Yeah, it'd be 200.
But what's it today, let's say? 5 grand.
Oh, it'd be a fortune, I think.
United
I have no
started
idea. I would never give them my money. But
United did a thing where they turned one of the suites for one of the sponsors. They turned it into a bedroom. So
I was going to say
stay the
that.
night
Is that
before and wake
yeah.
up at the ground.
Yeah.
yeah,
Bit weird.
I remember the year when we won
It's
the
a bit
league.
weird.
When we won the league the
They had
second
a bed
time
in
in
the stands.
06, loads of fans just
Yeah.
crashed the hotel. I ended up sort of sleeping in a stairwell when we won the league 06. Like everyone just ended up in the hotel, like
What,
sort of
after
half
you
raiding
won the
bar.
league or the night before you were gonna win
the
it?
night of winning the league.
Yeah.
So everyone went out on the full round, ended up back at the hotel. Kind of, there's one geezer on the door not letting people in. Everyone's got in the bar. It was good.
That's great.
Yeah, it was good. It was hectic, but good.
Who was that against?
Man United.
Yeah.
Joe Cole scored an amazing goal past Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he flicks it around him, doesn't he?
He pulls
Near
it back
post.
and goes forward at the same time. It's an amazing goal.
What
Yeah,
a player
it's a great
Joe Cole was.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Joe Cole,
What a
I put him in
footballer.
my all-time England 11, didn't I?
Did you?
Joe Cole, yeah,
like
I think he's a brilliant
He was based
player,
on
Cole.
talent,
I don't think
wasn't
he's as good as... I don't agree with that, but I think he's
His
a fantastic
goal versus
player.
Sweden for England. was my
Yeah,
favourite goals of
and
all time.
Gelsenkirchen.
He's up there for talent. And if it's a pure 11 based on pure talent, he might get in the 11.
Oh, absolutely.
needed- he
What
needed
if you
different
just did-
managers
I think
in his
if
career,
you
I
did
think.
that game, if you did like most natural ability, you go
skill
Rooney,
11.
Gaza, probably him, Peter
Bobby
Beardsley gets a
Charlton.
mention.
Joe Cole under Pep would look like Bernardo Silva
Yeah.
level player, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think that's...
He's
Good
just probably a
footballer,
bit too early.
man.
Would
Good
he though?
footballer.
Yeah.
Or would he do what he's done to Grealish to him?
Yeah, true. Do you know? But the way Joe
Not comparing Joe Cole and Grealish, but they both need a manager
They
that
both
kind
were
of gives you
mavericks.
some
Yeah, but
freedom.
Mourinho did the same thing to Joe Cole.
Fergie
picking
would
him
have
from
been good
West
for
Ham.
Joe Cole.
the way Joe
Wenger
Cole
would have been
spoke
good for
about
Joe
was
Cole.
when he was a kid. Everyone used to speak about like Ferdinand or them. Like, have you heard of this Joe Cole?
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
academy.
Have you seen the interview where Joe Cole, he scores the winner actually? He's 15 years old playing for like West Ham schoolboys. And he does this interview. And he's from exactly where I'm from, Joe Cole, like the borough of Camden. And he...
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where, like, he's proper North London. You know Market Road Pictures?
Yeah, of course.
That's his...
Is it?
Yeah. Market Road up by, like, Caledonian Road. That's
Yeah.
very much his neck of the woods. And
pictures.
but he's interviewed after the game, and his
lovely.
accent is so good. He's like, yeah, you know, like he sounds like Greengrass.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
amazing.
I thought
And
he's from
15
East
years
London,
old.
but yeah.
No, he's North London.
Oh, edge of the box.
Transfer
Enzo.
Chelsea.
What's a horrible touch? Is that a foul?
There's no
He
foul.
controls
If
it.
he has a good
If he
first touch,
controls
it's
it,
a
it's a
foul.
foul.
It's horrible.
If he controls
Get
it,
up,
it's
you
a foul.
melt. Get up, you melt.
That started with Lavia on the turn in
I feel
midfield.
like that's a
Brilliant
foul.
turn.
Yeah, it was a great
Brilliant
turn by
turn
Lavia.
from Lavia to
If he controls the ball, it's a foul, though. If
Yeah,
you're in
it's a
It's a
control,
big if. It's a
But
big
should
if.
that
this
matter?
guy.
if you're in control,
There we
of
go.
yeah, he's
That's
not.
a foul.
He's not in control
It's
of
a
the ball.
foul. It doesn't matter. That's a
It's not
foul.
controlled.
It's not.
It might be a free kick anyway, but that's a foul.
Oh yes.
It's a free.
Savini's
kick.
got
On
to
the line,
calm
he's in the
down.
box. That's a penalty.
Savini's got to calm down there.
That's a penalty, you know.
He's not been involved in the game, really, Savinia.
The first touch shouldn't matter.
The first touch is horrible, though. That is horrible.
Shut up, man. Fucking hell, man.
That was a pen.
Go back
I
to
think
Palmer.
it was a pen. That's a
Not a
penalty,
pen.
isn't
Are they
it?
Booth,
reviewing
that's
it?
a pen,
Are they
man.
reviewing it?
It don't look like it.
I don't understand how
Get
it's
on with
not.
it.
Hang on.
He needs to go to the screen.
Oh, no,
that
they're
is
just carrying on.
shambolic, you know.
It's not. I don't think it's that clear cut.
Mate,
Honest,
he's clicked his heels together from behind him.
Is it because he's not? You know, if the ball's nowhere near and there's a collision like that,
Oh, yeah, if that happens
But
here,
that
it's
wasn't a
foul.
collision, was it? A split second before he had
but
the
he
ball.
didn't have the ball.
No, but a
That's the
split second
problem.
before you've gone to tackle and clipped him.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Control the
can't
game now.
understand why it wasn't looked at.
Control
I'm
the
assuming it's because of
Yeah,
the
he's
lack of
lost
Do you
control.
think if he takes a better... Yeah, so if
Yeah,
he
yeah.
takes a
If
good
he's in
touch
control
there,
of the
pulls
ball,
his leg
about
up
to
shoot.
shoot.
But then
It's
if
a
he
foul.
takes a better touch and the ball sticks to him, he might win the ball.
Yeah,
So you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Hey,
Chelsea,
nice.
Go on,
you're
you
right,
You're
though.
looking
You're
lively.
alive, you're
Like, you can't
alive.
lie about that. You look
you haven't got a
lively.
striker in the box for those kind of crosses.
The way you move the ball through
Like,
midfield,
Jack-
it's
Yeah.
exciting how you move the ball.
What a touch, Palmer!
It was nearly something, wasn't it?
Caicedo and Lavia actually look good.
Lavia's
you know.
looking
lost the
good.
yard,
He's
you
just
know, Kevin.
mopped
He's
up
lost the
there
yard.
against De Bruyne. If you can keep Lavia
This
fit,
is good, Blues. Come on.
he'll be a great player for you.
Who, Lavia, do you
If
think?
you can keep him
do you
fit,
rate him?
yeah. Zach Jellab was on the Chelsea preseason tour speaking to him about him. He said he was brilliant, played every game.
Lavia.
Yeah, really good. Probably the player.
I like Caicedo last season. I thought because of the money, you kind of go, fucking hell, he's not
He's
worth
one of the
that.
best players in the
He played
league.
well.
Cucurella's just been absolutely.
Cucurella has been
There's only
done.
one player in the box.
That's it. Go on. Oh, imagine he scored.
City only had Haaland in the box there.
Someone just asked as well,
He's never on.
He's offside.
we'll aim it at
Put the
Buvey.
ref up.
Hang on,
Wait a
that's
minute.
what-
Flag.
The flag's
He's got
going
to
to
do something with this.
He's got to
Jackson?
score. Come on.
What's he do?
Yes, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
He just walked the whole
The
way
hardest
across the
bit.
box.
He did. This is a weird game. This is like 5-a-side. What's going on?
You need that Benny Hill
Do
music.
you know what
on
that looked like when you, when you play five-a-side
Was
and
he
everyone's
not
knackered and you
offside?
start
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
and you just let someone score to make it like
on.
19-18?
Oh my god.
He just walked.
Was he not offside? Oh, he was offside. Is that why we're
No,
stopping
we
now?
can't. No. That
was
can't be the
offside.
original offside.
No, it's not. It's
It
not.
is.
That has
Oh,
to.
what, 10 minutes
They're
ago?
fucking
Yeah,
the
it
game,
is.
aren't they? They're
Are
fucking
you
the game.
kidding?
I'm not kidding.
Here.
Here's miles off.
It's offside, man.
Why
Miles
can't
offside.
they just do it then?
Minutes of football.
What's the rationale? They've been doing it for years.
Also, the
What if he
linesman
gets
there
smashed?
in line.
That's so obviously
Nah, I
offside.
agree
isn't
with
it?
you.
Imagine he gets
See that?
smashed now,
I
breaks
agree.
his leg.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
For a non
Did you see
piece
Danilo
of
yesterday?
football activity.
Yeah, that was bad.
Terrible.
Ankle.
So what was that?
Danilo
For Forest broke his
broke
ankle.
his leg, man.
Did he?
Ankle.
How did they get on Forest? It was draw, wasn't
They
it?
drew.
Yeah, they were
Late
winning.
goal
They should have
for
won,
Bournemouth.
man.
They should have won.
They should have
look
won.
Good. They look all right.
They should have won. Do you know who else should have won?
Yeah,
Southampton.
can't wait.
No,
They're getting relegated.
they blew it. Southampton.
Southampton
They
stunk.
got themselves into a situation where they're playing 10 men at 0-0 and they get beat.
Yeah, it's inexperienced
Yeah.
manager. He's so
Brereton
young,
Diaz,
Russell
man.
Martin.
No, it's Brereton Diaz. He's no good.
He did all right for Sheffield United. He scored 6 goals
No, he's
back
no-
in the
he's
season
no-
for
he's
them.
no
6 and 12 or
6
something.
and 12.
13 or
He's
something
no
like that.
good.
For that level, he could be all right.
If you can replicate that form for them,
Yeah.
1 and 2 or
1 and 2.
do all right.
He's
Raw
no
is
good,
1 and
man.
2.
Mate, I watched him yesterday. I watched that whole game. He got the geezer sent off, and then he got the geezer sent off, and you
Yeah.
think, okay, fair play, done well.
That's done. Yeah.
And then he had about 3 chances and missed them all.
Oh, did he have some sick?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that one that dropped back to him, didn't he?
Yeah.
He done
Well, he
done
got
well to leave
deflected.
it.
He got
His
deflected,
teammates
yeah.
should have scored, whoever he left that for.
They're a very young side, Southampton. You worry about them a little bit.
Savino.
Oh my God, he's
Savino.
battering
He is
Cucurella every
all-
time.
I love
Switch now, innit?
Savino,
They've
man.
switched and Savini's all over him.
He's so talented, this kid. I love him, man.
You know what
Done a
Charles
no-look
should do?
pass there.
Switch Cucurella.
Oh, look
Oh
at
my
this.
God!
Go on, lads. Go on.
Switch Cucurella. Follow
Put him back on Doku, yeah.
Oh.
Imagine if a manager played that like roaming wingers, like your fullback.
That's
just
not a
roaming
foul!
winger. If your winger goes over there, you better stay with him.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Why are
God.
we giving the
Go
ball
on,
away?
Jamie!
What a save from Sanchez.
We just had a free kick. The
It
ball was
seemed
ours.
destined
why
for the
are we
goal.
Why are we now facing a corner? We had the ball. I don't know what happened.
We're meant to be possession-based sides,
Gusto
both
gives
of
it
us.
away poorly. Oh, mate.
Look, it's Jeremy.
Great
Oi.
save.
Oh, it's
Look
took
at
a
the
deflection as well. The deflections helped him, I think.
I don't know about
Defender's
that.
done well
No,
to
it's
get
not
across.
out.
Keeper's
No, yeah.
Change the direction of it.
Keeper's done well because he's a terrible goalkeeper as well. Like, really bad goalkeeper.
He's better than Flecken, Brentford.
I don't think he's better than any goalkeeper.
Fuck it out. He's like,
Who's Southampton's
why are you
keeper?
bringing about
McCarthy.
Brentford? That's not going to help
No,
him.
but McCarthy at Southampton.
I
He's better
don't,
than
think, I
McCarthy.
don't think there is a keeper that he's better.
McCarthy at Southampton.
No, he's not
shite.
that bad. He's not that bad, Raw.
He's
Yeah.
better than Ramsdale.
He's definitely not better than
You
Ramsdale.
don't think?
No.
I
He's
don't
going
know
to
if he
Southampton,
is,
I
you
heard.
know.
He's not better than Ramsdale, but he's not terrible.
Ramsdale's going to Ajax, I heard.
Keeper's not your
Mate, that'd be a
problem.
great move for him, you know.
Big
Would
great
it?
move.
I don't think it gets much better
Barely a
moves
top
than that.
10 league in Europe.
I'd love to go and play
Oh,
for
mate,
Ajax.
go play
Massive
for
club.
Ajax.
I'd have a great
No,
Amsterdam.
but look, obviously Ajax is a lovely club. I'm
Play in the
saying
Champions League
he
every
thinks
year.
he's the best keeper in the world, doesn't he? He clearly does.
But
He thinks he's a
he
top level
knows he's
keeper.
not.
Well, his dad doesn't. Do you know what I mean? His dad doesn't know he's not a top
But
level
his dad
keeper.
knows now. Trust me, his dad knows. Because he's not even the best
If you were
goalkeeper at Arsenal.
Ramsdale, or not him specifically, but if you were a player of Ramsdale's quality in his situation,
Yeah.
you can kind of choose your club, but it has to be realistic.
Yeah, yeah.
Where would you go? So where would you go if you were Ramsdale?
I'd take any Premier League club if I was as limited as he is.
So
as a
let's
keeper.
say Ajax.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd take any
Ajax,
Premier League club.
Ajax are one of the
Forest.
teams.
So you
yeah.
play for Palace over Ajax, for
Yeah,
example?
that's what I was going to ask you.
No, no, of course not. But he thinks he's a Man City level keeper. He thinks he's a Man United level keeper. He does think that. I know he does.
Think it,
Yeah, but Man
So
City aren't
Ajax
coming in.
would be a step down on sporting level. Obviously, it's a
But
massive
Ajax is
club.
a club. There's not many clubs bigger than Ajax in the
No, but
Premier
I'm talking
League.
the sporting
I know
level.
the Premier League's better. And
The sporting level is it's a top 8 league.
Yes,
No,
dickhead.
it's impossible.
yes, no.
Yes, dickhead.
Yes, Enzo.
Goalkeeper's a crazy position, isn't it, in sport?
They're not
You-
footballers.
You sort of like, you can be like, I think of Joe Hart in that situation.
They're not
with Ramsdale.
footballers.
You can be on top of the world, playing for Arsenal like Ramsdale, playing for England, and then suddenly one manager decides.
No, don't compare
don't
Joe.
fancy
Joe Hart
you.
played 75 times for
No,
England.
but it's the
started
same
big
thing with
games,
Joe Hart.
big
Very similar
tournaments.
keeper.
It's the
Ramsdale
same-
would-
it's the same principle.
Ramsdale
though,
wouldn't
Bruce.
lace
But
his
John's
gloves.
right, though. John's
it's
right.
the
It's the same principle. Guardiola decided that Hart wasn't the man
Oh,
anymore.
I see. Right, of
And then
course,
you
yeah,
just- and
yeah,
then
yeah.
suddenly-
Arteta decided that Ramsdale wasn't the man anymore.
I've seen those comparisons
You
with
are
Joe
right.
Hart. It's
One
like-
man's
Whereas,
opinion.
if you're a fullback, you
Yeah,
might go
yeah.
from Chelsea to Spurs and still have a great career and play in.
Because it kind of ruins you as a.
Whereas
it
you,
ruins
just,
you as a
you
keeper.
end up
yeah.
at Celtic, no disrespect, but the fall from where he's
You
at
end up
Man
in the
City winning
SPL, yeah.
Prems.
Go on.
Oh my
I
god,
love
we're
this
getting
kid.
burned.
I love this kid. Go on.
Mate, it was our
they're
corner.
losing
Give it,
so
give
much
it.
It was our
space.
corner.
Great tackle by, who was that? Number 25?
Go on.
Fucking hell, he's absolutely
bring it back
smashed
to the
it.
ground.
Free kick. Free kick.
No.
You know Doku's running in there. Oh, he's
Is that
doing-
He's still
Caicedo?
alive,
25?
man.
De Bruyne.
Someone's down. He's got to blow the whistle.
That's good. Caicedo smashed him. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see.
Oh, they're going to score with De Bruyne down.
Doku's
Mate, he's actually
Doku's
down.
trying to force the pass.
Surely
to
they got.
Haaland,
Why don't Man
way too
City
much
put it
there.
out?
Killed him. Yeah.
Why are you running after it?
Rory begging for like just put the ball out.
Yeah,
please. Your player's down.
That chance, if we get a replay, I think Jeremy Doku's tried to force it to Haaland because it's Haaland,
Mate,
but he
this
wasn't
kid's
on.
wicked.
If he's just carried on himself,
Where's he from?
I think he's
Did
all
everyone see
Brazil.
that clip of
Where'd you
Gabriel
get
Jesus yesterday?
Troy.
right. Yeah, what the bum
man.
grab?
35 mil.
So
Is
weird,
that
isn't
a
it?
part of your thing?
What's that about?
Did you see the clip of Gabriel Jesus?
Yeah,
The little grab.
yeah. That was disgusting.
Yeah.
I did see that. That is the.
Is it from the Vinnie Jones handbook? Or
That-
is it
It's from the
so
other.
strange.
is it called the police handbook?
It's not quite Vinnie Jones, is it? It's
No, it's worse than Vinnie Jones. Vinnie Jones.
That's what I'm trying to ask. Is it a situation
assault.
where we need to call the police, or is it like someone trying to wind someone up on
No,
a football pitch?
the motivation is to wind up because you can't be getting your sexual rocks off to that. Can you? Could you?
what? Grabbing someone's bum.
No, not grabbing their bum.
Gabriel Jesus.
He did more than that. He did way
It
more.
was.
than
It was
that.
He
ridiculous
even
on a
smelt
football
his
pitch.
finger after, I think.
He did way
Oh,
more.
don't
than
say stuff like
You've
that,
got to-
man. For God's sake, man. It's a hot day out, man.
Savino's
Don't
down
say
here, by
shit
the
like
way.
that.
I didn't
Imagine
see
that.
anything happen.
Savino's
It's a hot day out.
He's crying.
Savino's in trouble,
He's
I think.
crying.
It's a hot day
And Oscar
out.
Bob broke his leg this week.
Did he?
Yeah, he's got a
got a
fucking
fracture in his
broken
Oh
leg.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Fuck me, man. Oscar Bob's better than Savino. What's that?
What's happened here?
Did
then?
he? Oh yeah. I seen that. Yeah, he did see that.
Did he?
Look at that.
What?
Unbelievable. Look at that. Ridiculous.
So you've just asked me if Savino joined from the Man City group. 6 weeks ago, we had a big debate. We were all shouting at each other, saying that City are fucking bent for signing players from the City group.
Yeah.
That was Savino.
Yeah, no, I know.
You didn't even know you were talking about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, I knew.
Fuck it, oh. So is he injured then? Fuck it, now season's over in it if he's injured.
Your season's over.
Boring now. Let's go. That's
Savino's
boring.
injured.
What,
The
Savino's
player you- the
injured,
player
your
that's
season's
boring
over.
now.
Played
It's boring
40
now.
minutes of competitive.
We'll just win the league by itself now. That's
club.
it now. It's over.
We had a super chat about him as well, but obviously someone said, "What did you think of him? What did you like him as a
Jerome,
signing and
I
stuff?"
watched it. He's fantastic, Jerome. Yeah.
You watching a lot of Girona?
Well, he got into the Champions League, unlike
Yeah,
you.
but were you
They're a
watch-
Champions League club, unlike you.
Yeah, no.
So
that's not up for
and
debate,
at
but
Troy
were you
as well.
watching?
Yeah, fantastic.
And where? And where else?
Girona.
And
What games stood
Troy.
out to you
Where,
last
what was your
season?
How was he at
favourite?
Troy?
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah, what games stood out to you last season?
Huh?
What
The
games?
one against Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Seville. Valencia's a massive club as well. They got a bat on their badge.
He
I
never
don't
played-
think was he good for Troy?
No, he trained at Troy. Jack, you're
he
grass.
never played for
You're
Troy.
grass. Like that guy from The Wire, the one with the fucking shopping cart and all that. Yeah,
Bubsy.
professional fucking snitch.
Bubs.
For 50 quid.
So good.
Yeah.
For 50 quid, Jack would snitch me out. There's no question.
If you were a character from the Wire,
Who's
you'd
the
be
good-looking
Bubs.
British guy who's actually playing an American cop, the main character? I'd be
McNulty.
Yeah, I'd be McNulty. Who'd you be?
I'd be Marlowe Stansfield. I feel I'm very Marlowe.
Yeah.
Or
Great
mate,
show. Great show.
You'd be very.
Marlowe's a great
Part-
character because by the end of
Marlowe
the show, he's
Stanfield.
kind of gone back to being. He throws all the money away, doesn't he? So interesting.
You remind me a touch of Omar.
Omar
Little.
Idris
Omar's
Elba.
coming.
No, Omar Little.
I can't remember Omar. Who's Omar? Sorry.
Omar's
He
the
passed
stick-up
away. The
boy.
actor passed away
Yeah.
recently.
Michael.
Right.
name now?
What for? With being cool and all that, walking around, being respected. Yeah.
What, you?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's just that when you enter a room, everyone goes,
Yeah, Buvey coming.
I remind of the Idris Elba character for me.
Stringer Bell.
Yeah.
Mate, you haven't got very good knowledge of the
Chelsea's
names.
press here is fucking excellent, you know. They're winning the ball back high up the pitch. They're running it back
Here we
there
go,
again.
score.
Cole Palmer's on the edge of the box,
Yes,
has a shot.
yes.
Yeah. See you later.
Follow it.
Straight
Yes,
in.
yes!
He's offside.
He's offside.
He's standing in the offside position, idiot.
I don't know why I celebrated. As soon as I saw it was Jackson, I
Do you
should
know
have
he's
known.
rubbish as well because he wasn't even on his toes for that. You know, Cole Palmer's gone for the shot. He's just stood there. Oh, there it goes. He should have been on that straight
Miles
away.
off. I could tell
Should have
from
been
a mile
onside
away.
and on that, following it in like a top
Look at this.
Premier League striker. What is he doing? He's just falling
You've got
asleep.
to watch your line as well.
But look at him. He just goes to sleep. Goes, oh, Cole Palmer's
You don't
got
need
the
to be
ball.
offside there. You don't need
I'll
to be
just be
offside there.
offside. And then look,
You
but look,
don't need to be
but look at the
offside there.
reaction.
Doesn't need to
Look
be
at the
offside.
reaction when the save's made as well.
No, he should
It's
be-
not
he should
even
be
like
2
follows
yards
it in.
back here and now on his toes, yeah.
It's just, oh, now there it is. Wake up, man.
It was some good play from Chelsea. You have to
Yeah,
say.
it's
You
better.
have to say that.
It is better.
You,
Annoyingly.
you look lively. You move the ball a lot quicker than Pochettino. Whether that's for right or for wrong, we can debate that.
No, not
But you
towards
moved
the end of
ball
last
quick.
season. At this stage last season, absolutely.
Yeah.
But at the end of last season, we played some very nice
You
stuff.
did. You did.
We battered Tottenham,
But then
Everton, West
I was
Ham.
watching Paul Merson talk about it. It was a West Ham side. It was
He's
it
going to
Fulham? It
Strictly
was
Come Dancing.
what? Paul
Who's that?
Merson.
Paul Merson.
Is he? They've had
He's
some
in
bad
Strictly.
press.
I hope he's not with that guy that's been slagging all the people off in training.
But it's so obvious offside.
Kicking people.
Oh, yeah, Giovanni.
Oh, hang on. No, he's
You're
off.
fucking
Miles
shit.
off.
You're
I
a
thought that was
shit
green.
dancer,
Yeah,
mate.
I was like-
What are you doing here?
What is these two? What is this?
You know what they do? They do this as well. They talk to him,
Yeah.
like, but then the mic's right here.
Yeah.
So it's still going out.
Yeah. They're like,
It must be the
basically,
worst.
mate.
Getting slagged off when you're dancing with someone. It's a very intimate thing. And then someone's saying, you're shit. You're shit. Just you and him in this massive ballroom in Blackpool. Fucking hell. Never catch me on that show.
I reckon that you'd be a bit of a hot stepper, wouldn't you?
Do you got the hips for that.
Yeah, you have got the hips.
I
though.
knew
I
someone
like
that was
stepping
desperate
all
to get
over
on
a
that
poor
one.
woman's feet.
Desperate to get every year
Who?
trying to get on, begging it. I'm not
Who?
going to say. I'm not
No,
gonna
say it.
I'm not saying it. Am I live on
they're
YouTube?
obviously famous.
But I know. If
They must be famous.
Begging it to get on it, man. It's
You would be good.
I'd never
on
go
that.
on. I'd never go on.
No, but you're a hot stepper.
Because basically,
right?
I'd win it, and it would be embarrassing for everyone else. I don't want to do that.
Are you a natural mover, a groover?
Is that a question? Why are you asking things like that? It's very rude. Of course, you know I am.
Very rude.
Tony Adams has been on
We're
it.
very, very posh. Very rude. Very rude. You're like an old drunk. Very rude.
Yeah, Tony Adams is on
Tony
it.
Adams.
Tony
he's
Adams.
terrible.
Who else? Other
he?
footballers.
Don't know.
Tony Adams.
I don't think I've ever watched an episode of it in my entire life.
No,
You must watch a Christmas episode when you're bored.
Never.
No, I've never
watched
I
it.
know the.
I know what it
concept
is.
of it.
Yeah.
It don't interest me at all.
No.
Dancing.
No.
No.
Would it be like, you know how like Tony Adams was on?
I think it's
If like, let's say like
Really good play.
Gianfranco Zola was on, would that bring
no,
you to
of
watch it?
course not. I'd be gutted.
Frank Lampard.
Like, it's not like I didn't watch Dennis Wise in the jungle, did I?
Oh, you didn't?
Was he in? When was that?
Yeah, he was in the
Was it-
jungle.
was it
definitely.
Amir Khan
I
in
only
that?
know that because I got someone
Amir
to send
Khan was
me.
good.
My mate was working on it, and he was like, "Hello, Rory."
You get a lot of these videos.
Yeah.
Where have we put the John Terry one? Have we put it on a hard drive?
I've got it.
Backed up, yeah? Don't lose that.
No, I'll never lose.
Lose
that.
that.
Don't lose it.
I'll never lose. It.
Every year we recycle it. It's called content.
Yeah. In fact, it might end up on like a reel or something.
Come on, Blues.
Need to get my money's worth for that. Jeez.
Yeah,
I
I've
know,
not seen it on
I can't
social.
believe-
Jack hasn't put it on social.
How much do you spend on that?
Huh?
We have to edit it.
No, reels can go on for long now.
Yeah, man.
Keep up to date, Jack. Bloody
There's this
hell.
thing called
YouTube Shorts
Premiere
can only be
Pro. Cut it in half.
Part 1, part 2.
Part
Go
one,
on,
part-
yes. Bingo. Oh.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Bingo!
Go on, yes. Bingo.
Imagine everyone shouted that at the football, the goal winning. Bingo!
Did you hear Liverpool fans yesterday? I thought it was a very good song. You know, obviously they haven't bought anyone. They were in the away end at Portman Road, and they were giving it that. The Reds have got no money, but we'll still win the league. The Reds
I
have
like
got
that,
no.
I like
Yeah.
that.
That is good.
Na, 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 na.
They look good in the second half. I
Very
thought.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
did
were.
well.
First half, they were very open, weren't
Ipswich
they?
tired, I think.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Tired
Also-
a lot.
also-
He
should have
looked
scored.
good, though.
Hutchinson should
Also,
have
it
scored.
was, the centre
Oh,
forward.
Fenzo had a first
Fernandes.
The
touch.
centre forward who was at City. Is that a penalty?
If Enzo had a
The lap.
first touch, it'd be
Enzo
well
Fernandes.
and truly.
He's a brute.
Same
man.
position, isn't it? He's
Was
done
he-
it twice.
I don't-
He's a brute.
Oh,
good.
he's huge.
He's a brute.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
He is a brute.
Good
that
striker,
Liam
man.
Delap.
Good player.
Like, they had to change. They brought on Quansah. They took Quansah off because he couldn't handle him.
Well, yeah, he
stepped
said
up.
that he was tactical, didn't he?
He couldn't handle him.
big.
And
No,
they
he
brought
steps
on
on
that
Diaz,
Konate.
yeah.
no
bro.
penalty. But it's twice he's had a terrible touch on the edge of the box.
100 mil for that.
He's crap. That's why.
100 mil.
And he punches.
100 mil.
People don't listen to me enough. I swear to you,
I said he
people,
was shit as well.
I sit here,
problem is
I
we
sit
listen to
here
too
for a
much.
year, and I've been talking to you, and it's as if that you haven't heard me the whole time I've been speaking. I've been saying
I
these
did say it as
words.
well, come on.
I've
I
been
said he was
saying
shit as
them
well.
articulately. I've been constantly imploring you to understand that Enzo Fernandez is a waste man. and nobody listens to me. And now you're all going, God, he's not very good, is he? I've been saying this for a year. Crap. I hate that man. I absolutely detest that man with every
Todd Bowley.
fibre of my being.
Todd Bowley FC. He's got a haircut.
It looks a bit sharper.
Yeah, he looks fresh, man.
All right, mate. Do you want to marry him?
Might
If
be
he
right.
asked you out for coffee, you'd say yes instantly.
Coffee with
Yeah.
Todd Bowley?
Yeah.
Only to lace it with poison.
I watched a Netflix documentary on something like that. Some girl went out with her mate, and they just spotted her coffee and that killed her.
Why?
And like it was about the whole investigation. and stuff.
Ex-girlfriend of the
Why
other
though?
one. The
Yeah,
boyfriend,
something
wasn't
like
it? Yeah,
that,
I've
yeah.
heard that, yeah.
Why?
Just beef and that.
She,
innit?
What do you do?
She took her ex-boyfriend.
Where do you get poison?
Black market, black internet, innit? Dark internet. Dark web. Black internet. Dark web. Dark web.
But also, you can
Where'd you get that, though?
You can get things which are poisonous to drink.
You have to
right?
download software to
Just in the
enter the
pharmacy
dark
sometimes.
web.
Man, where's my phone? So
No,
what do
you
do?
can't get it on your phone. Well, you
but
might
If I
be-
Google, what did you say it was called?
You can't get on the dark
If
Don't
I
go on the
Google
dark web, Rory. Do not go on the dark web.
Go on the dark
Dark
web.
web, Rory.
That's
But
a
if you-
video. Rory on the dark web.
So what do you do?
We'll give
What
you-
is there? There's like a B-Tech internet.
It's
There's
not
like
B-Tech.
another
It's not.
video.
It's, you know, 95% of the internet
here we
is
go.
the dark web.
Chance.
How do you get it though? Just
Chelsea have
Google.
this chance so
Where's he
many
going?
times.
Why
So
is
many
he
times you have
going?
that same
They're
chance.
shit.
and
City
you
are crap,
fuck it
man.
every
Come on.
Shit.
Oh!
That's
Penalty.
it, Pen.
Get up.
Penalty.
Legs are made of wheat
You
bits.
do have that chance a lot, and you're right. You know anything with it.
Who's your right back?
Rico
today?
Lewis.
Lewis he looks
Yeah, he's getting
vulnerable.
exposed. Almost like Carl Walker's still there.
Come on.
What's Carl Walker doing this weekend? Babysitting or something? Why ain't he
having
playing?
a baby?
Which one?
He loves doing that. He's so good at it.
Mate, that story is mental, isn't it?
Mate, he's got two-year-olds that are basically identical ages with two different women. They're not twins. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Is he
That's
with
mental.
either of the girls?
No.
So he's not with either of them?
One of them's famous. Her name's Lauren Goodyer.
Is that his wife?
From The Only Way
is that his
Essex.
wife? Or is
Towie
that,
girl.
the,
Yeah.
Towie go.
is that his wife or is that the piece on the side?
No, that was the side chick. That was. I
His
think
Gumar.
that was the side. Yeah, that was the goo. That was the Gumar.
What do you think of sidekick for it?
Side chick? I don't know how anyone has the energy to have a side chick. I really have no understanding of it whatsoever. Like, and also, as a man, I'm really, really like good at sex.
Oh, for God's sake,
How
man.
have we done
45
it?
minutes, man. It's
How have we gone here? Can we go back to Buvey's conspiracy
No,
theories?
that's what I'm
Look,
saying.
Adam's
is-
leaving.
What I'm saying is,
Adam's left.
if I don't need a side chick,
Who's told you
someone
this,
who's,
by the way?
What do you mean?
Like, who's told you this? That
No,
you're good at
but
sex?
I've seen the reception.
What,
I
you
get.
think you're good at sex because you've told yourself? Who's
No,
told
I've
you?
seen the reception I get. You should see the reactions to me when I do
Yeah,
my
but
moves.
what, your wife?
I've had more than
she
sex
has,
with-
she has a vested interest in making you confident about yourself because you're married.
No, but I've been sexually active for decades now.
Oh my God.
And mate, I basically hear that noise that you two made. That's the noise I hear.
Oh my
That
God.
one, yes, that
Can
one.
we talk about the football, please?
Fucking
1-0 City, Buvey. How
John's
do you
blushing. John's blushing.
feel? Just sitting too close. I'm worried. I think the next step is he tries it on.
Well, mate,
Let me
I'm
show
just-
you something.
What I'm saying is, I just don't understand. Like, you see Kyle Walker. Do you think he's a sexual addict?
I think when you're a
No.
footballer, I think there's only a few things in football, as we know. You can't go out loads because you can get snapped up. You can't be drinking and partying loads. Not in modern day.
So the
Maybe
thing
in the
that
90s,
you can do
but
is that snuzzy
going
crap
on dates
and
video
sex.
gaming's a big one. Obviously, you can do it in your house and then drive around other girls' houses or whatever. It's pretty easy, I think. If you're a
Long
footballer, it
drive
can be
to
very
Essex.
boring.
Got to drive to Essex.
Alfonso Davies came out last week. He said something that being a footballer, I've got like no mates. My girlfriend's in Paris, I think it is. I don't see anyone. I just train, and then you're done by 1, aren't you?
And
So
then what do
it
you do?
doesn't
You
surprise
finish
me.
work at 1 and then you just have sex until like
Drive
6.
you drive to Essex and then you head back up.
Yeah.
And you're back home.
How much sex can one man have?
I can't.
Well, you're the man to ask, apparently.
No, I'm not saying I have a lot of sex. I'm saying I'm good at the sex I have.
Okay.
Whereas Kyle Walker has a lot of sex. He's like Buvey.
Mate, I'm absent till marriage, man.
No, you're
That's
not.
my Christian belief.
I know at least 3 women that you've had sex with.
Who?
You don't want me to start naming names.
You
on
definitely
here.
don't. You don't know anyone.
I definitely do.
A kiss on the cheek and you say goodnight at the door. That's what I know.
He's a gentleman.
I've heard that certain Chelsea fans won't even do that these days. Don't cut to me, for God's sake.
Cut to Buvey right now. Cut single on Buvey. There you go.
Yeah,
there's the money shot.
Look at this. Tom Grennan in the advert. Great artist with Ian Wright. Unbelievable.
How do you think the first half's gone?
It's been good. I think Chelsea are far better than I thought they'd be. They moved the ball quick.
Look good.
They're a little bit more adventurous. I think on some level it's a free hit. They're not expecting to beat City. And I think they believe they can now based on this first half. What about you, lads?
I thought Chelsea were quite good in the first half. They had that spell where City had a few chances and obviously scored one of them. But I thought in terms of their press, they're leading the press from the front. Have created a few chances from them. How often have we seen them getting down City's...
We've got Rory destroying the set.
Rory's just fallen off a ladder.
What are you doing up there, mate?
Yeah, the set's falling apart.
I thought Chelsea played quite well. They were pressing well from the front, creating chances for themselves. They had a few openings that they should have done better with. If Enzo Fernandez as the first touch, they possibly get a penalty as well. I don't think they've been too bad, but they do look like you can get at them a little bit, don't they?
Yeah, they just look sloppy in the final third for me. Like Jackson's lazy, not staying on side, not following it in. That should be a goal. And Cuckoo's been in a great position twice on that left side, getting behind Lewis, not taking advantage of it.
What would you change, if anything?
Well, they've got 80. They've probably got 80 subs to choose from.
But is there any standouts on the bench?
Well, Dewsbury Hall's obviously a system player he's bought. He was obviously... You must want him. He's the one who's...
I thought he'd start.
Straight away. I thought he'd start as well. So potentially him in for Enzo, but Enzo's his captain, so is he going to take him off? I think Lavia has looked really good with Caicedo in there.
On the bench, they've got Adarabayo, Badia Shile, Dewsbury Hall, that Goo geezer. How do you say his name?
Gooey.
It's not Gooey.
It can't be Gooey.
Guay?
Someone needs to tell us.
Guayu. Forgenson, the goalkeeper, Madwaki, Mudrik, Neto. Pedro Neto, maybe?
Neto, yeah, maybe Neto's time.
It'd be nice to see him. I mean, they've spent some money on him, so you want to see him in your first home game of the season, and he's someone that you'd think could make a difference to the team, especially like we've seen them getting in wide areas. Pedro Neto could do a little something.
On the right, 100%.
They're in the right place. They're in the right positions. They just don't have anyone to finish the chances.
I like Nkuku. I think he's been good on his right foot coming in. I think he's a player. If he can stay fit, it's a big if, of course. But you have to believe at the start of the season that players are going to play most of the games. If they're unlucky with injury, then it's a different debate. But Nkuku's a fantastic Champions League level player. We don't talk about him enough. Fantastic player.
What about City? Do you worry second half you haven't got your normal...
Do you know what?
Bench? You haven't got Rodri there to come on and seal it up?
This game's come so early, John, mate. It's come so early. I think City are having a laugh with it. I think there's a freedom playing two wingers.
It is exciting.
It's exciting. It's an exciting game of football to open the Premier League campaign with for City and Chelsea. I think there's a real lack of pressure in this campaign as well for City. I'm talking about the wider campaign. I think the Champions League, there'll be a bit of pressure. Of course there will in the later stages. But in the Premier League, City got nothing to prove to anyone. And that, I think, is bad for Arsenal. I think it's bad news for Arsenal. I really do.
Or it could be
Arsenal,
a bit lackadaisical and Arsenal should
That's true. You're spot on about that. But against Wolves, Arsenal look geared up, ready to go. This City side look free, I think.
They do look different. It's the two wingers for me. It's like I can't really get my head around. I'm watching a Pep team with this Savinho and Doku just interchanging and flying down the wings.
It's beautiful,
taking on defenders, and then you've got the big man Haaland up front. But yeah, ultimately it's still Bernardo Silva and Haaland that have made the difference.
Yeah, of course, yeah. 100%.
That Savinho injury looked like a bad one as well, but he's still on the pitch.
Yeah, he was crying. He had like his shirt up crying, but somehow...
It'd be a horror week, because I can't express. Oscar Bob is so good. He's had such a good pre-season. He was so good in the Community Shield. And he's so talented, man, Oscar Bob. I think he's got the highest ceiling of all the wingers at the club. And for him to have a fractured leg, I think he'll be out for 4 months, which is a big shame. But young players come back from injuries all the time. Look at Harvey Elliott at Liverpool.
Yeah.
So many examples. When
he's
you're
at the right
young.
place as well. They won't be in a position to have to rush him back.
No.
So they'll take his treatment right,
Of course, yeah. 100%.
But yeah, it was a big injury for them. Chelsea's bench... We went through Chelsea's bench. City's bench: Ake, Foden, Grealish, McAtee, Nunes, O'Reilly, Ortega, Stones, and Walker.
Yeah.
We had a few super chats as well. This one came when it was 0-0. Geordie said he thought Chelsea was going to win because City didn't have Rodri. Jalen, thank you for the super chat. Falcon asked, and I was going to ask you the same thing. What do you make of Pep and his comments saying that they didn't have motivation? I think, did he use that word? Motivation?
When was
he
that?
made a quote.
Yeah, he said something along the lines of, right now, I don't have the motivation to win another Premier League at the start of the season, but he said come the last month of the season, that's when it will...
It's classic mind games. If you win 4 in a row, you've got no expectation. When Usain Bolt was doing his final Olympics, he had no expectation. He's already won everything. So because of that, you've earned the right to be free in this game. City could end up with 90 points playing a free brand of football because there's no pressure on City this season. That'd be frightening for Arteta. Arteta has to be perfect this season still to win the league.
Do you think this season goes that way? I was thinking about this yesterday. Do you think that this season goes 90 points again?
I think it's 80 odd wins it.
It will definitely be. I think it will definitely be in excess of 85. But
I think even around 85 could win it.
Yeah, I do as well.
Well, you don't think that it will be that they'll both be as brilliant as they've been over the
City will drop off a bit, maybe.
The other teams are better as well, like West Ham, Villa. There's some good teams Newcastle that should be taking points off of big teams.
I do think Arsenal will have to make more of an effort to focus on other tournaments as well, because Arteta will be feeling the pressure to win something with this squad.
Yeah.
And as they've seen for the last 2 seasons, you're not guaranteed to win that no matter how good you play. You know,
100%. No, he needs something this season.
I'm not sure. And when I say I'm not sure, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I disagree with what I'm about to say. Why Arsenal hit 89 points last year, 89, and they didn't win the league. If they're better than they were last year, what we're saying is that they'll win the league, even if they maintain it. So who do you think is going to win the league? City,
yeah.
Although your rationale suggests that you think Arsenal win.
I just don't think it'll be as high a total this year.
Right. See, I just can't see a world where
you've had the Euros and everything, Copa America, all that.
Yeah, that's going to have
some
an
players
impact.
are going to be coming back late. Probably have a few more injuries. The amount of fixtures are nuts.
I just think the middle of the Premier League is so much stronger than it's ever been. Did you see Brighton yesterday? It looked electric.
Yeah, but mate,
we play them.
It was because
teams there that just. I mean, we don't know what Tottenham are going to be. They haven't played yet, but they could take points off the top teams.
Mate,
West Ham, Villa.
Why are Everton that bad? Like, it's all very well, and you are correct to flag it. You are correct to flag. You are right. Brighton were
brilliant.
Brighton were amazing. That winger.
Oh, mate.
That winger.
Both of them.
That winger was mental. Matoma scored.
Yeah.
Who did all that work down the side? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Even the goal that Welbeck scored, he basically scored
mate, Welbeck's feet.
But he basically scored it because the 2 wingers are just running at the back 4th row, and they're just spread, and then
there's a lot of people that deserve credit here, though. So you're right.
Vancouver Mintez, the guy.
Mintez.
Yeah.
Wicked. You got Mintez. You got Matoma, deserve credit. Welbeck's finish, the way that he shifted it from his right to his left was brilliant. But do you know who else deserves a lot of credit for that goal? Do you know who we need to flag? Michael Keane, the donkey. What was he doing? Michael Keane is one of the worst centre-halves in the league, isn't he? That was mental.
He's not great.
Ashley Young got a mare as well, didn't he?
Ashley Young at 40.
Ashley Young got sent off.
40 years old.
If Ashley Young's your starting fullback, alarm bells need to be ringing.
39 years old.
That's also true. That's also true. But just pulling him back like that was so dumb. You're better off, and I'm surprised Ashley Young didn't think like this. Let him go.
Oh yeah.
And hope for the best. But at least you keep it 11 versus 11.
Yeah.
Because the second that it's 10 men, Everton are done. Did you see how many Everton fans have got? Did you see Goodison Park?
Yeah, you know what it's like.
When it's the last season ever as well, Goodison, people still are leaving. That's a bad sign.
Mate, they were so well beaten. Like, Brighton were excellent, no doubt. But Everton was so badly beaten. And it feels like they're back to square one. You know, every time you think there's a little bit of optimism, they finished last season quite strongly. They're right back to square one. And then you're thinking about the teams that are going to go down. Lots of people, I think even us on our prediction videos, we said, I think Everton will be fine. I think we all were of the opinion that Everton will be fine. And then you kind of go, hang on a minute. You see a performance like that, all it takes is a couple more performances like that, Ipswich to find a little bit of rhythm, which I think they're capable of doing.
Yeah.
and then wallop. They're back in it. The best thing that could happen to basically everybody in the relegation zone is that, like, when everyone goes to 3 clubs that came up are going to go back down, 2 of them could already be safe without knowing about it because of the charges that are hanging over other clubs. Chelsea have an issue. I think Leicester City have an issue. Man City obviously have an issue.
Everton have another one.
Everton have an issue.
I think isn't there loads of talk about the ownership possibly changing hands again as well? Like, it all just seems
Went so wrong for them, didn't it? With that
seems all
7-7-7.
and they need to stay in the Premier League this season. This is the one.
Well, they
Like, really, because you like to think, if you go down last year, you get up again this year. You're back in the
Did
Premier
you hear what
League
Brighton
stadium.
fans were singing at them? Brighton fans are giving them that. New ground in the Championship. New ground. Yeah.
That's the worry, isn't it?
You like that one, didn't you?
the worry,
Wow,
yeah.
you really like that.
I
You
like-
should have seen. You really
It must
lit up
sting
there.
more when it comes from Brighton fans, doesn't it?
From Brighton.
It must sting more.
From
Like, 'cause
Brighton.
Everton fans would look at Brighton like they're a champion.
We're being reactionary. We're being reactionary. We really are, as per usual with all football fans. It's against a really top level side in Brighton. They're a
No,
top
it's not. Hang on,
level
it's not.
side.
Hang on, it's not
They
true.
move the ball
It's not true.
fantastically
Everton at
well.
home,
Mate,
first day. game
Everton,
of the
first day of the
Come on.
season against a 31-year-old new manager. If there's
know,
ever a
but-
time where Everton
Brighton,
should be...
it's a top.
Sean
Brighton are
Dyche-
so well run. The new signings came in. They're young. You talked about Ashley Young. Why is he starting for Everton? You're spot on. It's the wrong club to
No, but
open
mate, Sean Dyche,
the
you
Premier
would
League
say,
campaign for.
I know with hindsight, they got battered and Brighton looked brilliant and scored 3 goals at Goodison and the wingers were unreal, whatever, right? That's all true. But looking at that game, you go, I'll tell you what, Brighton don't want to go to Goodison Park. Brighton don't want to play Sean Dyche, a brand new manager in the Premier League, coming up against the wily old experience of...
But that's just who Everton are now. They're going to lose a lot of games in the season. They're going to stay up
Not at
comfortably.
home, no, Buvey. Not at home.
But it's the first. I'm a bit more bullish on Sean Dyche, Branthwaite.
Aren't you
keeper.
a big fan of Sean Dyche usually?
I'm bullish on his ability to keep them in the league comfortably every single season, which I think
But
he'll
off
do
the
this
back
season.
of that result, like, they shouldn't be losing to a 31-year-old manager. Should be up against it,
But
Sean Dyche.
If it was 31-year-old Pep Guardiola, like, this guy's a top level manager, man. Top level manager, highly rated in Germany. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Where do you think
He's been
Everton
proven.
finish this season?
Like 13th, 14th.
But you think they'll get European football under
Which I know
Dyche?
it's shit for them.
But you also think they'll get European football under Dyche? So
Where have you pulled
reconcile
that one up? Where have
for
you
me.
pulled that? Yeah, long term. What do you want me to do? The 2026 season?
No, you told
Let's do
me.
one season at a time,
You told
Royce.
me. In fact, you
Fucking
didn't
hell,
tell
mate.
me. You guaranteed me.
Let's do one
You
season at a
guaranteed
time.
me that
Yeah.
Sean Dyche will take Everton into Europe.
Are Everton in the
You
Premier League
just told
right
me
now?
they're going to finish 14th.
Yeah, you have to build from somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but last year, where'd they build
Yeah.
from?
Huh?
Where'd they build? Huh?
You won the European Cup, didn't you? In 20? When did you win the European Cup? 2012.
When we battered you in the final,
No,
and
I'm
Sergio
talking about the
Aguero
first
was
one.
crying.
I'm saying your first
oh, right,
one.
Sorry,
Yeah, first
sorry, I
one.
went for you there. That
Yeah,
was totally
exactly. That was very. That was very
Foden's
nice.
on for Savinho.
God,
by the way.
that's what you'd call depth, isn't it?
Just a bit.
You bring on Foden.
What do you think of your boy Pedro Neto? You think he's going to get on today?
Do you know, I've always rated him. You know, and it looked like at one point he was going to go to Arsenal, he's going to go to Tottenham. I thought, God, he's a good player, like really skillful. I saw a stat that will blow your mind. Did you see it?
What, less goals than Harry Maguire?
Yeah, is it that one?
3 goals in 3 seasons.
Yes, yeah.
Pedro Neto. 3 goals in 3 seasons.
Lots of injuries, to be fair
Lots
to
of
him,
injuries, but I think I like him. I think he's a really good player. And when Arsenal were going to sign, I thought I was really worried about it. So I think it's a great signing for Chelsea. But it doesn't make sense. Like, what does it mean for Noni Madueke that we've signed Pedro
Great
Neto?
tackle.
Madueke's at
Sado,
a higher
yeah.
level for
Sado.
him.
Oh, fucking Enzo. Enzo's been in
man.
the way of everything good this day, you know. Like, everything good that
You-
Chelsea do,
Yeah, you're spot on.
Mate, you're finally
he's in the way.
finally
No,
hearing
I was
me.
with you last year. Last year.
Terrible.
Jeremy, go on.
Jeremy.
I just got a little bit misled because he had a decent-ish start, didn't he?
And I think the World Cup and the money. Everybody went. They call him Sexto in. They do. That's what they call him in Argentina. Like, they really rated him. He came into that team, changed the fortunes. Argentina won the World Cup. He scored that goal against Mexico, and everyone went, "Okay, this is the boy." He's just not that bloke.
Trouble is, he's probably dining out on that now.
He's just
No.
not. He's just. Oh yes, please. He's just not that guy, like, whatsoever at all. He's just nowhere near the player that we thought we were signing. Like, I think that what we thought we were going to sign was sort of. No, you dickhead!
Keeper's giving it straight to Kevin De Bruyne, whose cross is over hit.
This is just fucking stupid. Like, I'm not joking. This ridiculous conformity to passing out from the back when you aren't good enough to do it. Like, why do we constantly do this? Look at this.
That
You
is
know when we
dangerous.
played City in pre-season, You know, they were 2-0 up off the back of us doing exactly that. Like, just stop doing it. Just stop, for God's sake. Can the geezer play out from the back? What's the keeper like with his feet? Nobody cares, man. Can he catch? Catch and go long. Like, but I don't understand it. Like, Pep Guardiola does it, and it works for him, and he's the master of it, and he's actually the creator of it. So, fair play to him. Why does everybody now want to somehow emulate that? Why is it seen as the only way? Like, you know, one of Liverpool's biggest attributes, that Van Dijk cross-field 60-yard pass to Mo Salah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It's good.
That's true. Yeah.
Do you know, like, over the years, do you know what? When Chelsea were good, it was because we would quite often go long, and it's not long ball hoof. It's pinpoint passes.
Yeah.
We
John
would go
Terry to Drogba.
John Terry to Drogba. Ashley Cole, that diagonal ball to Drogba. Ashley Cole into Drogba, get around him. And then it wasn't
Down the
only
line.
him.
Yeah.
It wasn't only him. It was Diego Costa.
Yeah.
Like, good
Yeah.
centre forward
But
play.
modern managers see
You
the
haven't got the players
advantage.
to do that.
That's very
it's
ugly
worth
on the
it.
screen.
What?
Ah, can you reach?
You threw it.
I know, but can you
Well,
reach it?
jump onto the table and get
You're
it
a
off.
Hugh Wizzy.
Yeah.
No. Can you reach it? You're taller
can't
than me.
reach it.
Mate, you've got
Adam's
you're
longer.
a rangy man.
I'm not.
Do you
You're
need the
a- you
ladder
are a
again?
rangy
Do you
man.
need the ladder again, bro?
Not going near that ladder. It's dangerous. Go on, Buvey. You can get there. Just
I'm not cleaning up your rubbish ever again.
you're not. It's not cleaning up my rubbish. You're cleaning up the set. Oh, look at those pins.
Also,
You did well.
Rory just told you what to do live on stream, and you did it.
Goal.
There's no I in
are they
team,
doing?
Adam. All right, I was thinking
What
about the
are they
team.
doing?
Okay.
There's no iron.
Oh,
No
my
denying.
God.
With an everlasting last surviving.
I think
Roll
Jackson
deep.
and Enzo just ran into each other in front of the goal.
Do you remember that? I'm the captain
Rory's
of the
so
ship
used to
and we
that.
say
Oh,
loud,
yeah,
never
he
bail
doesn't
out
even-
my
he
house.
doesn't
Stand
even-
with
He
that
doesn't even
team.
care.
Like 4 yards out, they could have scored, and he's just
Come
rapping.
on. Let's smash these.
That's how little faith you've got this season.
He
you
said
go,
there's
"Don't
no
care."
iron team. If you don't expect me to start doing a roll deep lyric off the back of there's no iron team, I don't know what kind of man you think I am. There's no iron, no denying, with an everlasting last surviving, roll deep.
What sort of foul is it, you bellend, man?
I think Enzo and sorry, not Enzo. Lavia and Caicedo have looked good today.
I like Lavia. He's
Yeah,
a
I agree.
fantastic
Good
player,
double
man. Bloody,
Here's
I'm
another
zoomed
one.
in on me, aren't I? Bloody, I look huge.
Let's go back to movie.
Look at this.
Bosh.
Mate, your
Might
head's
wanna
not in
zoom out.
screen.
You're not even on the.
Do you want me to go back?
You've got
Jack? What do you want me to do?
Sit lower in your chair.
I can't hear
There
you.
we go. Go single Buvey. Let him find his rhythm.
There we go.
There we go.
Getting a bit wide here. Oh, we're not allowed any water branding. Sorry.
You got to rip the plastic off.
Oh, bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Come on, Chelsea.
You
man.
missed
Blues!
A goal, man.
You missed a chance there. You got yourselves in the box, crossed it, and it looked like Jackson just ran into Enzo about 6 yards out. They should have just.
You'd be better with Enzo off the pitch and 10 men.
I mean,
Oh my god.
Gusto.
Gusto.
What the hell
What
is
is
that?
Don't
That's
lose
a
the
good.
ball.
That's good.
Well,
that's a really
That's
good
good.
tackle.
That's
Really, really, really.
I'm not
He
sure
worked
if that's
hard, he
good
worked
or
hard.
that's just crap from Doku.
Is he better than Reece James?
No, he's not. He's nowhere near. He's nowhere near better. He's a very good player, Gusto.
At
but
least
he's
he
not.
can walk.
He's nowhere near as good as Reece James when Reece James is fit.
Never
The problem
fit.
with Reece James is he plays 13 games a season.
Scanline Gamers sent 2 super chats in, both on Nico Jackson. He wants to know how good do you think he is? What team would he get in?
I
That
think
isn't
he's a
Chelsea.
very good footballer, but he can't really finish. So there's certainly a place for him in the squad, but you just can't have him. Yeah, I think he's a decent enough player, you know. I think he does enough. The problem that we have with him is we're reliant on him to be our goal scorer, and he's not that bloke. You know, if we had a ruthless goal scorer, not that they exist anymore apart from Erling Haaland, but if we had a ruthless goal scorer, Nicholas Jackson would be a good player in the team. But we can't rely on him to be the ruthless goal scorer because he is ways full.
So
What about Osman? He's been linked heavily this week, hasn't he?
Bernardo Silva, Haaland.
Great save. Maybe straight at him.
But the
But
cameras a bit. I thought you could have caught it.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure Jackson's that player for you though. I think you've got those players in Nkunku and other players. But say you brought in Osman, you're not going to. But say you did, and he played.
You might.
He was up front, number 9 for you. Where does Jackson fit into this team that you've just described?
Back up.
I
What's
think
what's his role off the bench?
Either back up. I think he could occupy one of the more wide positions, slightly behind Osman. They link up together. I think there's what I'm saying with Nicholas Jackson is there is a player there. He's not one of the players. If you were to say to me, I could probably name 10 Chelsea players that I'd be happy to leave the club. Nicholas Jackson isn't one of them.
Really?
What I would say is he cannot play centre forward.
So what is it? A left wing coming on?
Left wing coming in, yeah. I think he can certainly come in. I think he can do a job through the middle when necessary. You know, if there was a centre forward,
Works hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, the way Loic Remy did a job for Chelsea when Diego Costa was scoring goals, like that level of player. But he can't be our main man.
But you
He's
were
also
linked
the
to
kind
him.
that would be a handful off the bench against tired.
Yeah,
defenders.
Oh, he would be. Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
He would be.
You give him 25 minutes. You know if a centre half has been run ragged for an hour, for half an hour. For an hour. You give Nicholas Jackson half hour, and then you can really make the most of it.
He scored the worst Premier League hat-trick in history.
Against Tottenham.
Yeah. The worst Premier League.
And he missed the fourth, man.
He missed like 18 chances.
He missed
Yeah, I
the
remember that,
sitter.
yeah.
Because do you know what, as well? If we'd scored 5 that day, it would have been so much better, because it kind of becomes a bit historic 5. We always put 4 past Tottenham, but 5, you're singing about it in 10 years' time. Do you remember that?
Oh,
Do you remember that? They were unbeaten. Played 8, won 10, James Maddison, the best thing since sliced bread. Wallop. Nicholas Jackson's son.
Oh,
Sound like me argue there.
Yeah.
Nicholas Jackson's son. Jalen says, nice to meet you in Colombia, Adam. Remember what was said about Buvey. Much love to all you guys.
In Colombia.
I can't remember, but
Secret
I usually
conversations
get
in
told.
When were you in Colombia?
South Carolina.
Oh.
Colombia. I usually get told either Rory or Buvey talk shit.
Him.
Usually, can you hit one of them?
No, it'd be Buvey. That.
I think if it's Rory, I can.
Well,
hit
you
him.
were in a Brentford.
No, it was Buvey though.
You were in a Brentford video
No, I'm
saying
pretty
that they
sure
were
that
bust
the
up
guy that
Hounslow.
spoke to you in Colombia, South
Cucurella.
Carolina, was talking to you about Buvey though. He said,
Yeah, what, a Buvey fan? Yeah, I think
No,
you're right.
he
I
wasn't
think
a
you're
fan.
right,
No,
Ross.
he said.
I think he's a huge
No,
fan.
he wasn't a fan.
Jalen, let us know what you said.
He said.
I get so many
he said-
messages for him and Rory.
But make it a super chat, though, obviously.
Ooh,
Was that a foul?
That's a
yellow
foul.
card
All
as well,
day.
I reckon,
That's a yellow card.
for Fana.
Oh, it's mad he's still playing football. He's
Good to
played
see him
53 minutes.
It looked bad.
Hey,
that could have
it's
injured
not
him.
that bad.
It looked worse on the other angle.
He cost 80 million quid for Farnham. We don't talk about that. 80 million quid from Leicester City.
But I don't.
He's a good player. He's just unlucky with injury.
Huh?
I don't think Chelsea have wasted a lot of money, but I don't necessarily think that's.
If he comes good, of course, good age profile. He's a good centre back, but 80.
Injuries have just riddled him.
Fucking hell,
Leg.
man.
Broke his leg, didn't he?
Give the foul, you bellend. Yeah, give the foul. Well done. Well done.
Was Cucurella
shut
squaring up to Bernardo Silva?
Yeah, guy's a melt.
There's nothing wrong with that. Why can't he fancy
I just
it?
don't. I don't know what it is. I got an agenda against him.
Nah,
Cucurella?
Yeah, use that
Yeah,
as a
I
scar
just think
from the
he's
summer.
rubbish.
He is a wind up.
But I do like a wind up normally, even if it's with
But
another
that's
club.
how it is when they're not for your team.
No,
Not
but it's
sure.
not, because even if it's, I don't know.
I'm not sure how good he is.
He's not likeable.
He is a good player.
He's not likeable as a wind up.
We don't see it enough, do we?
Yeah,
Like, we saw
that-
it from Spain.
It's
Both
that
things can be
fucking
true.
Haaland
Yeah.
song just it just goes through me.
Jovi says, Booth, do you think, obviously he's got an injury, but do you think this
God.
may be
Oh my
Oscar
God,
Bob's
he's so
breakout
fast.
season?
Getting that.
No, probably not now, because I think he would have started this game and had a run of 4 months. But 4 months, we're talking January, December. That's just half the season gone almost. So it's a shame. Such a shame. Such a talented player.
4 months from now would be January.
Yeah, September, October, November,
Do you think he'll stay when you're down in the championship?
January's the following month? So, I think he'd be a fantastic player for when we win the Premier League and get one closer
Do you
to Man
think he'll
United's
stay
13.
when you are down in the championship?
Obviously, we're a few behind you now in terms of you won 13 Premier Leagues, not won anything in 12 years. And when City win the Premier League
apart
5
from the
times in a
FA
row, you
Cup
never achieved that, by the way.
in your last
You
game.
bullied the league for 25 years, but you never achieved 5 in a row. When City win 5 in a row, get close to your record, Oscar Bob will get the medal. No doubt about it.
But will he stay when you're in the championship?
Who's
That was
in
the original
Who's
question.
in the championship?
When
How
City
are
win.
you in the championship if you win the Premier League? Make it make sense.
You know
You
how.
can't win the Premier League with 38 points, can you?
You know how,
basic
Booth.
maths, Adam. You can't win the Premier League
You
with
know
38
how,
points.
Booth.
You can't win the Premier League with 38 points,
Because
can you?
Juventus, a lot of them stayed, didn't they?
Juventus.
Yeah, when they went
Bribing the
down.
referee.
Do any of them stay at Man City?
What, when we win the Premier League 5 in a row? Of course. A lot of them do.
I
A
don't
lot of them do.
Nah.
No,
Mercenaries.
You're
Bunch
not,
of
you're not
mercenaries.
answering the question.
I don't know what question you're talking
None
about.
of them grew up wanting to play for City. did
No, they never heard of City.
Oh,
never heard
shut
of them.
up, man.
they? No one cares.
Fulham fan out here. Fucking
No,
hell.
but he's right, isn't
I'm
he?
right,
He
though.
might be a
Pizza,
Fulham
you've got
fan, but
pizza
he's
on the
right.
front of your thing. You're not even the best pizza brand. Get sponsor your bloody kit. I mean, what are you doing?
He's
Fucking
coming
hell,
for
he's
Pizza
getting
Hut.
Domino's.
Pizza,
coming for Pizza Hut.
Pizza, that was their pump then.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Pizza
Louis
Hut.
Saha.
It's not even
mate.
Domino's. It's not even
Steve
Domino's.
Malbronk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not good anymore, but
Louis
Pizza Hut
Saha
were
and
good
all
then.
that.
Louis Saha in that kit.
I think they just came out with a cookie
Over
dough
100
around
points, man. That Fulham team. Over 100 points.
In the
it. John
championship.
Tigana, innit?
John Tigana. He used to have the toothpick.
I love that.
I love how we deflected.
It fitted really well into Craven Cottage as well. You know, him with his toothpick
Yeah.
and that. It just looked right.
Stern John, was he in that side? Stern
Yes.
John?
Stern John.
He was good.
I remember
Collins
Sturgeon
John.
at Blues.
No,
Collins John? John Collins was the manager of Collins John the player.
Yeah, that was that.
Stern John.
There was Stern John.
Sturgeon
There was
played
another
for Blues,
player.
didn't he?
Good side,
Where's
man.
their jump play?
Diop was there? Diop, what a midfielder?
Yeah,
And that was
the
later.
ward-
That
the
was later.
wardrobe,
Papa
innit?
Booby up.
Yeah,
Was he not
he
part of that
was
championship
calling
squad?
the wardrobe.
He scored a great goal against United.
He's great. He's no
I think
longer
it
with
was
us.
the game when Rooney got
Papa Bubba
sent
Diop.
off for launching the ball at the ref. Do you remember that? Couldn't have did it again if he tried. The ref
says
just blew
Fabregas.
off and he overarm throw the ball and it went flying straight at the ref.
Cesc Fabregas got sent off at the Hawthorns when we won the league. It was a Chelsea free kick. Cesc Fabregas gets the ball and chips it back for the free kick to be taken. Hit the referee on the head. The dickhead fell over. The dickhead fell over. Like, it tapped him on the back of the head and he went, gets up, gives Fabregas a red card. Fabregas is like, what?
That was remember that group of players that were getting bottles thrown at them, and like a bottle just kind of just really slowly just hit, and one of them went.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You're in front of your mate, man.
Yeah. Do you remember when Rivaldo did it, waiting for the ball?
Turkey.
Yeah, Rivaldo just waiting for the ball. The worst. Do you know
Did
the
that
worst?
pay off?
Dida did it.
I think
That's
so.
a bit. Did he get someone sent off for that?
I think
He did.
Do you
He
know
did.
the worst I've ever seen for that? Like, you know, if
Pedro
you think
Neto.
about how hard a geezer Didier Drogba would be, right? Didier Drogba, proper geezer. Jens Lehmann, a proper geezer, like proper man, right? 6 foot odd athlete. The two of them at Stamford Bridge at this end, they do this weird little fight, and both of them are falling.
And every time one ran up to the other one, the
Yeah,
other one would fall over. Yeah.
Drogba touches
ragdoll.
Lehmann. Lehmann goes down like he's been shot. Gets up and touches Drogba back. Drogba goes, all right.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Johnny Evans done him? But he actually done him. He studied him in his chest.
Yeah.
And weirdly, I think Drogba got booked.
Yeah.
Funny.
No, wasn't it?
But Drogba was
wasn't
on
it
the
Harry
floor doing
Maguire?
this, like-
Wasn't it Harry Maguire?
Johnny Evans, that.
I remember Harry Maguire did one as well.
Oi, Chelsea. Oi.
Good ball
Big
out
chance for
Menzo
Chelsea.
I
Fernandes.
think it was
Really
to
good ball.
Batshuayi. I think Harry Maguire did it to Batshuayi. Yeah. Had really studied it.
Where he kicked him in his balls, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He was falling. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that was Maguire.
Pedro
Yeah.
Neto's nearly just scored on his first touch.
Good defending from Rico Lewis.
I
Had
think
to
he
be
should have scored,
alert.
actually. I think when you're coming in like that,
Slide in.
what should happen is everyone ends up in the back of the net, including the ball. 1-0.
Keeper's done well there, though.
Drogba scores that. He does.
I don't know. Good defending.
Another knock for City.
I'm just
Rico
saying,
Lewis
Drogba
hobbling
scores
about.
that.
Yeah. Come on, City, man, wake up. You could score a goal here. I think you've been decent. I'm not going to sit here and lie.
Oh,
Should have been flicked on.
who's 29?
That
For
was the ball.
Fafana.
He
Why
ducked
is
out of the way.
What was that?
No.
Here we go, Jeremy.
Wrong man here.
Call him
innit?
Jeremy.
Gusto's doing well there.
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Jezza. Go on,
Jeremy.
Oh,
Jezza.
Gusto's
Jezza.
got-
Jez.
But-
J-Dog.
You reckon he's ever been called Jezza?
Jezza.
Me, I have. When he watches this video back, he'll be known as Jezza. Do you reckon they watch the highlights of the club when they're back on the coach going up to
Some
Manchester?
players will.
Brentford do.
No.
And Ramsdale's dad watches us.
It's on the Brentford coach. Motivation.
I like that what you said, a bus stop in Hounslow.
Bus stop in Hounslow.
I actually like that
Still
a
on.
lot, man. That was a good line.
They got lucky today.
You like
Eze
that
scored a
line,
free
I might
kick.
copy
Look,
that.
you like that line?
I might copy
That's
that.
a
We should have
terrible
done. We
line.
should have done a
They call
copyright.
themselves that. They call themselves
Have a
that.
laugh, Roars, for God's sake, man.
They call themselves that.
You're on the district line, Fulham and Broadway. You're next to a shopping...
Fulham and Broadway.
Fulham Broadway Market. You're not even called Chelsea.
Fulham and Broadway.
Wait,
Fulham and
Adam,
Broadway.
get this. You're not from... You don't live in London. They don't have
Yes,
Chelsea...
you could get Fulham Broadway.
They don't-
Past me.
yeah, but they don't have Chelsea Tube. It's not called Chelsea Tube. It's called Fulham Tube. Is their local.
Fulham and Broadway.
And it's on the district line. Terrible line.
But it's in the borough of.
Here we go.
No, but you don't have your own
Oh,
tube.
Enzo's
You need your own
flipped it.
tube, don't you, in London? Come on.
There is.
Nico Jackson.
How's he missed that?
He was on side as well.
He was on side.
He'd done
Hang on a
really
minute.
well to fashion the
Yeah,
champ.
he's done all right.
Queen's
Ederson
Park
stood up tall.
Rangers. Queen's Park Rangers. Where do they play?
Shepherd's
Yeah,
Bush.
so they don't have.
Yeah,
There's no
but,
Queen's
yeah, but
Park
they're in the
Rangers.
championship and they're
Also,
rubbish.
Brentford's
You're a two-time European... You said you're the biggest club in
Brentford
London.
don't have a
Brentford
tube.
Q.
Brentford
Q.
don't have a tube.
They're small and rubbish.
No, but you.
But the tubes are from
You're saying they're the biggest
back
club in
Tottenham
London.
don't have a tube.
Fulham's
Tottenham's
Putney
Seven
Bridge.
Sisters.
Yeah, but it's Tottenham Hale as well.
You can't get to Tottenham. You're
can.
going to
Tottenham
go
Hale.
to Seven Sisters, aren't you?
I might go to Tottenham Hale to avoid all the crowd.
Go to the wrong tube station then.
Lovely walk.
Yeah, but it's ironic that you're at Fulham, innit? That's what I'm saying. It's ironic.
It's not ironic.
Yeah, so you're
I'll
right.
tell you what is ironic: having 10,000 spoons when you need a knife. That's ironic.
I've never heard that before. What's that?
Hey, don't you know? Like, if I were to define irony,
Yeah.
I'd go like meet the man of your dreams,
Yeah.
and then meet his beautiful wife. That would be ironic.
I've never heard of that in my life. I don't know what is that. Why is that
You
ironic?
define irony then.
Oh my God!
Ironic would be a traffic jam when you're already late.
Ironic would be Man City's local bus stop being called Old Trafford bus stop.
No,
That'd be ironic.
Ironic would be...
Your rivals are Fulham, and you play at Fulham Broadway.
No. Ironic would be a no smoking sign on your cigarette break.
Yeah, fine.
That would be
That's slightly more
ironic.
But you're still in the world of irony.
I just don't think
100%.
you understand the
I'll
definition
tell you
of
what's
irony.
moronic. This fucking shit. Jesus Christ!
That's hilarious.
These are just arguments.
So
I
glad
wanted to
you
drop
said
it. Watch
I'm
your
so
football.
glad you
Ironic
said it.
phrases, just
But I
chucking
wanted
them
to
back
drop it,
at
Anna.
each other.
So
One
glad
by
you
one.
I wanted to
Yeah,
drop
but
it.
what about this for irony?
Yeah.
Honestly,
No, but the thing is, you don't seem to understand what irony.
But you wanted-
I've got the perfect definition.
Right.
A black
we got
fly
another one.
in your Chardonnay. That is irony.
what's ironic about
You know
that?
what's mental? Someone said that in the chat.
Did they?
Not Martin.
You lot are so dumb.
I've never heard of that. I know what you're on about. Jack, you've lost
It's a
all our
reference,
viewers.
isn't it? Is it a reference?
What is it? What song?
What was it? A lyric to a
You
song?
got done up by it.
I don't know.
I weren't listening. What is it like? Alanis Morris?
Yeah.
I don't listen to that, man.
You know.
That's weird. Someone just said that in the chat.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, they're all going now.
Oh my god.
Dear. God, you are dumb.
ridiculous, isn't it?
You are a dummy.
We've got a fancy set and we're chatting about flies in soups or whatever it is. What is it? Flies in a soup. Fucking hell, man.
Flies.
Let's just get rid of the set, go back to the old
but
set.
like I said-
That's what I want
like
the old
meeting the
set.
man of your
Because the
dreams.
old set was kind of a little bit
Buvey,
more shabby
one
and all
day,
that.
you will meet the man of your dreams,
This-
and then you'll meet...
Who sang that song? I've never heard
Yeah,
of
I've never
Ironic in my
heard
life.
this
What, DJ
The
Ironic?
name's just been
Was this
said
DJ
on
Ironic?
DJ Ironic.
Did the Elton remix, remember?
it. Was it Little
Tiny
Dancer?
Dancer remix. man.
Tiny dancer.
He did a podcast with Hugh Izzy, didn't he? He used to do the Hugh Izzy podcast. Whatever.
The mates in it.
I don't know, mate.
We'll have to find out when he's
DJ
Not
Ironic.
everyone you do a podcast with, it doesn't mean your mates. Does it?
No.
No, but I thought the whole vibe of that was Hugh was with his mates.
No, I'm sure they were. I'm just saying that simply being on a podcast with Buvey
Yeah.
shouldn't assume.
Exactly. I get thrown under the bus all the time.
No.
Go on! Yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
Foul.
Allowed, no way.
That's not a foul.
Unlucky.
Man.
I love how you celebrate before the ball's gone in.
Yeah.
Haaland's got the ball in the 6-yard box.
I knew that you two would argue.
We're
today.
nearly
I didn't think
2-0
it'd
up
be
at
on the-
Fulham Broadway Station.
I didn't think
Go
it'd be
on.
on the topic of irony. There's Chelsea City on the telly, and you two been arguing about irony for an hour.
I've
District
been
line as
trying
well.
They
to
haven't.
educate
District line.
Buvey as to what an example of ironic situations are.
Justin says Alanis Morissette will be calling for royalties.
Get up. Look at this guy. He's a
Is there a
bellend.
foul there?
Colwell's so
It was a foul.
soft.
Colwell
isn't he?
got fouled.
He's soft as
Where?
butter, this guy.
Where's
There.
Where's the foul?
It's not a foul, is it?
It's not a foul.
Where?
It's not a foul.
There's no foul there.
I thought that was an original. That originally was a foul, but it wasn't.
Is they looking at this?
He's bought that. They can't because
right.
did the whistle go before the ball went in?
But these refs are desperate any moment, man, just to over
You can't book him
referee
for that,
games.
That's for sure.
God, we've got away with that.
They
This
booked
guy.
him.
They've booked
booked him.
Haaland. It must be for the protest. It can't be for the challenge.
Yeah.
Challenge.
So
barely
modern
anything
football, you're not
just
allowed
see
to
it
go
again.
for the ball. Get that. Get that. Modern football, you're not allowed to score in the box and try
I
and go
hope
for
he
it.
hasn't been booked for that challenge.
It can't be for the challenge. He's got to have been gobbing off, hasn't he? Because there was no foul.
No, he wasn't, was he? He's not even that type of player. Oh, fuck me, man. Gooey's coming on with It's called Gooey.
It's definitely not Gooey.
Well, what is it then? What are you, Spanish expert?
It can't be
Fucking hell,
Gooey.
you've got Gillen Balaguer over there. Come on then. Fucking hell, man. Come on then, John. How do you say it, bro?
I don't know. I'm not going to
Well,
attempt
say it then. Come on.
How do you say it, John, if you're so clever?
Gooey.
Gooey? Dewsbury, I can say that.
What's his name?
Dewsbury.
What's his full name?
Kiernan, Dewsbury. He's bang average, and he's bang average for the Premier League.
Yep.
He was
And-
decent in the decent in the championship.
He was fine in the championship.
Yeah.
He was like, it would
Did
be
well.
like signing, I don't know, Ethan Ampadu. In fact, Ethan Ampadu's probably a better player.
Yeah, I think
Well, he's
this
back
is
in the championship now as well. He's just always in the championship.
Oh,
Ethan
we
Ampadu.
got
I've got it.
It's not GUI, GU, okay? So GUI is key, and then the U is U. Mask. GU is how they
Gil. I was thinking that.
No, yeah. See what you want about
You
goo?
were thinking about those goo puddings that they have in the frozen
They're lovely.
section.
They're decent.
Oh, they're overrated.
They're lovely,
I've always thought they're overrated.
No,
Yeah,
no,
they're a little bit overrated.
no.
What's it in pots? We like
The little pots.
them
Yeah.
sickly
Put
chocolate.
them in the
pots.
microwave. It's
Yeah.
like glass. Waste of glass. I'd rather have a Magnum.
No,
Just
but
a little bit of wood.
it's a gift that keeps giving, man. Because you can just use it again.
What do you use it for?
Oh, mate, you can use it.
What, a little pot? What do you use that for?
Plants.
Green fingers over it.
You got a line of goo pots
Rory
with plants and
collects things
daisies
like the
in them.
borrowers,
Fuck you, no, man.
Mate, the Borrowers, that was some show.
That was a great Jim
That was
Broadbent.
some show, man. Yeah, it was amazing. They used to like abseil down off the table with a needle and thread. Unbelievable.
Do you feel represented?
Unbelievable, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a harsh shot.
That's
harsh.
Yeah, that's harsh.
That's
mate.
harsh.
That's
harsh,
offensive, mate. Mate, did you need to do that? Really? Do you feel better about yourself now?
I actually
yes,
do, yeah.
I'm short. Go on. I'm short. What do you want from me? Yes, I am short.
Come on.
Talk about his tattoos again, if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look good. I swear, nobody's ever had a tattoo that looks better than not having a tattoo. It's like it looks really good.
David
That's
Beckham's got good
subjective.
ones.
No,
Beckham's got good ones.
not better than no tattoo.
What's the best one in football?
Who's got a
Tattoo.
good tattoo?
Edison's got a bad one. It's a smiley face. It's
Who
like
had the
yellow.
picture of their own face? That's my favourite.
Sane on his back.
No, the worst
That-
one.
that's
No,
the best
Richarlison.
No, the worst one is
Richarlison.
Yeah,
Richarlison's got and
Richarlison's got him and Neymar.
him and Neymar
Ronaldo.
on his back.
No, that's
Tragic.
pretty cool.
Tragic.
You should get me, you, and Adam.
You reckon Ronaldo? Oh no, I'd seen Richarlison out and not recognised him.
Yeah.
Richarlison's like, I want to show him my tattoo.
Yeah. Ronaldo's the type of bloke that
I
gets.
think you could do it to the
not being
legends
on
like
Richarlison's
Kaká,
back.
Rivaldo, but you can't do it to someone who's currently playing. It's a bit weird.
No, it's
isn't
weird. It's like a colleague, isn't it?
it? It's like exactly. It's like
You having Rory on your back.
You should get that.
or anyone else I used to do podcasts with throughout the years, the
Like
the
who?
glory years. Honestly,
Glory, yes.
honestly, yeah, honestly.
And all of your work, right? So from today, go right back to your first ever podcast.
Yeah.
Name your favourite era.
Favorite era. Do you know what? When we did the Champions League final, that was prime time.
What one was that?
Prime time. When you were good in the Champions League final. Remember that? Against us.
Where did we watch it?
We watched it in Camden.
Forget. Do you know I was actually being genuine there, and now I realise what you're doing
Yeah.
because you're a juvenile.
That's what I thought you were asking about. But that was a great era. That was. I thought it was. Because we were both at it, man. It was a Champions League final.
You had your bathrobes on.
Huh? Oh God. Elliot will get any kind of deal, won't he?
Do you remember
Just not one for the club.
Buvey wearing a
Sorry, Elliot.
bathrobe watching football? They were low moments, man. I never need to see him in a bathrobe.
I wasn't naked underneath, was I?
You
I was
weren't
in fucking,
naked
I was in
underneath.
full kit
Who
with
would
a fucking
you
thing.
were. It's really
You were
weird.
wet.
It's really weird to wear. It's really weird to wear clothes
You
under
think
a
I'd
bathrobe.
walk around that flat naked
were
with some
wet.
of the stories that used to go on down
Mate,
there?
you were wearing no clothes under. You were soaking wet under there. It's sodden. You're absolutely sodden.
And he hadn't even had a shower.
There was no aircon in that studio. There was no aircon in that studio. I was telling him for years, get some aircon, man.
I think a Chelsea goal's on its way in the next 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah? All right, I'll hold you to that prediction.
Yeah, Chelsea have looked all right.
I think we'll hold
But
out.
is it because City kind of want them to be?
I think we're being a little bit just relaxed.
You look a little bit too relaxed.
Yeah, I think you might be right. We're deep, for sure.
Oh,
You know.
Edison.
Oh.
Who
Winning
were
the
they
ball
crossing
there.
that in there? Like Pedro Neto's not winning the header there.
Please.
Doku.
Look at that, man. He's lost the ball,
I
though.
say that was so good, man.
They're pressing us so
Come on,
well.
son.
Oh, look who it is.
This is like the game last season. It was end to end.
Enzo shit in the place.
There were more goals, but
Ball in again. They're just what are they?
Use like one McTominay. I thought he's better than Enzo, you know.
Yeah.
he's been linked
I agree.
today to Napoli. Did you
I
see
agree.
that?
Napoli, yeah. I think he'll go for it, you know.
McTominay.
Go and live in Naples.
He'd be good in the Italian league.
Be nice, isn't it?
Like slower
Oh, you
league.
do
I just
that.
think people as well, like they see what Chris Smalling and people like that have done, kind of made
You know the
great
big one?
careers for themselves. And
Anguissa from Fulham. You remember John? Like
He's unbelievable. Yeah.
He was great for Napoli, man. And Anguissa, great midfielder. But for Fulham, he's bang average,
No,
wasn't
it
he?
was all right. We were
Yeah.
just a terrible team at the time. He was
Yeah.
good for us then. He was
Yeah.
a good player.
also, you'd imagine Napoli would match like he'd probably be a decent earner there.
Yeah, he do well.
Living in Naples, different style of living,
Conte
European football.
in Naples.
Just step up almost, isn't it?
It's a beautiful city, Naples. And you got
It is.
Conte. They could have a go at winning the league. You never know. He's very good at winning leagues, isn't he,
Naples.
Conte?
Naples is nice. Just got back from Naples.
Did you?
I've never been. Is it?
Oh, it's nice. Football crazy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
when you're talking
Maradona's
football,
all over the place.
he's everywhere. He's tattooed on everyone's
I love that.
necks and arms. Yeah, he's everywhere.
He's a god to them, and he's.
It's. I've never seen anything like it.
I wonder if obviously he was the architect of the last time they won the league, but then they won the league recently. Do you think that it is? I don't know. Are they now in love with Osimhen and whatever else? Do you think
There are murals of the
Are there?
current players
Kvaratskhelia
around.
as well.
Quite a lot. But
They call him
nothing like
Maradona.
Maradona. Nothing like Maradona. De Bruyne. He should have passed. Phil Foden.
No, you got to shoot from there if you can. If you're De Bruyne on your right foot,
Probably.
he
should.
scored from
You're
there
right.
before a
You
few
probably
times.
should. Have a look at Foden though.
very Lampard's range? That Lampard don't
Yeah.
think so.
Oh, it's a bit wide. He's been a bit quiet today, De Bruyne. Actually, he's playing number 10 position.
Antonio Conte has been selling the club to people in his recent press conference before the season started. He said, "I expected a better situation to bring Napoli back to being competitive. It could take months, 6, 12, 2 years. I can't tell you. I'm not saying we were at
He won't be there
zero.
in 2
He
years.
won't be there.
No!
Very close to zero. Yeah. Mate, we're never getting rid of McTominay if that's who's trying to sell it to him. Jesus.
Yeah.
But Osimhen looks like he's linked to Chelsea this week. I was thinking in my mind, Chelsea with Osimhen up front.
They
Even if
can't
you're the
buy
dumbest
another
manager in the
player.
world, dangerous.
They can't buy another
Have they
football
signed
player.
Osimhen on
Do you know
his
what
way
I think?
down?
Do you know what I think the
Can't
problem is,
buy another
Buvey?
player.
I think that we always
Still
do
young.
this, particularly as fans. We'll always look at it and we'll go, X should sign Y, and we can't see a world where it doesn't happen. It makes total sense. Osimhen at Chelsea, but you know, if you're Osimhen, if you were like Osimhen's mate, you'd go, "Hang on, Victor, son. I don't think this is the move.
Mr. Miyagi's back again.
This ain't the move for you." Like,
Financially, surely. There's a world financially.
No,
London,
but wherever
300 grand a week, 9-year contract.
Wherever Victor Osimhen goes next, he'll earn a lot of money, right? Whatever the club that
Haaland
he,
and Enzo having a bit of a.
You're doing it all the time, he said to him.
whatever club he signs for, Victor Osimhen will be a very, very wealthy man.
Yeah.
So I don't think money can be the sole motivator
but
because
is there
whatever.
interest?
No, but so
Real
think-
Madrid, no. Barca, no. Man United, no. They've got that sorted out. Arsenal,
no,
no.
hang on. Man United haven't got it sorted out yet, have they?
They're not going to. They can't financially afford Osimhen, Xerxes, Hoyland, Lassie. They're not going to do it, are they? Financially speaking, I think they should be.
Do you not think Victor, so Chelsea are in the Conference League? Do you not think that is enough of a red flag for somebody like Victor Osimhen to go, I don't want to play? Like, do you
You
know
are
who,
right,
Do you know
you
who
are
we're
right.
playing in the Champions? Do you know who we're playing?
No idea. Mate.
Do you know?
No, I ain't got a clue.
Listen to how weird this system is. You lot won't know this, and I'm envious of you not knowing. We play the loser. So that's how. I'm not even joking. It sounds like a joke, doesn't it? It sounds like this isn't a joke. Braga in Portugal played Servette in Switzerland. I was thinking, Braga would be nice, particularly if it's at a good time of year. Go Portugal,
Yeah, of course.
and Braga won. I thought, lovely. I might have a couple of days in. Like, obviously,
Of course, yeah.
could be nice. We're playing the fucking loser. Genuine. We're playing Servette.
But Switzerland's nice.
It's like, remember when you play
not-
Sunday football and they go, lads, we just lost a cup game today, but because we're sitting between 10th and 20th in the league, we're in this cup.
Yeah.
The loser bracket,
We're in
yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, shit, is that a good thing?
Servette.
We're playing Servette because they got beat.
And that's to qualify for the Conference League.
Yeah.
You still have to wait a minute. You're 2-time European champions and the Europa League and the Super Cup
But remember,
as well.
we're in it because we got launched into it, so we're basically the worst team because Manchester.
But what about your coefficient? Doesn't your record stand for anything in European football?
We're the last. No, we're the
It's
last team
ridiculous.
in, aren't we? Effectively,
get
we
that,
finished.
of course.
Effectively, we finished 8th in the league,
But remember,
7th in the league.
Burnley qualified for Europe once, didn't they? In Portsmouth and all these. So I get that. Fulham when they were lucky to qualify
No,
with
but we are
Roy
them.
Hodgson. But Chelsea should not be having to qualify for the Conference League. Surely.
On some level, I think the meritocratic approach that there is, he's in.
Cross.
No, he could have shot.
God, man, you have
He
to
could have
be better.
shot.
Handball!
No.
It's never
Wasteful.
handball, it's never
Wasteful.
handball. It's too
He
close.
could have shot. You know, sometimes a fullback, they're always thinking to square it, aren't they?
Exactly what they do on the training pitch.
Yeah, cut it
boom,
back, cut
get
it back, cut it back.
Get it back. It's just repetitive. That's not handball.
Ooh.
not a penalty.
No.
It shouldn't be, but they
Silly,
Can't
man.
punish things like that.
They've said the official thing that came out from was
He's
that
seen it as well.
they're not going to be giving away
It's not.
handballs like that.
they
this year.
shouldn't.
Let's not be silly.
Ref's seen it as
This
well.
guy's a bellend, man. I fucking despise this
You
guy.
should know the proximity of the player to the opponent.
Get on with it then.
Means it can't be a penalty.
Yeah.
Like, that
There's no way.
As us.
There's
They're
no
as
way.
close as us.
There's no
If
way
his
that
hand was
Kovacic.
here,
The ref
maybe.
knew that.
Yeah.
The ref knew the decision he was going to have
that
anyway,
ball was
and he
going
waited
out.
30 seconds so everyone could look at it.
Do you think he was
Left
just
and
in
first.
touch with someone in the?
No, they wait. They delay so all the cameras can pan to the referees. 100%.
They were waiting for the geezer in his ear to say
The
camera.
ref
Yeah.
already made
He's
the
not
decision,
waiting
wasn't
for the camera.
There's
to
a
come
shot where you can see
someone
it.
say
So why can't you make a decision there then?
Yeah.
Why can't you make a decision like that?
You're on the telly now, mate. Okay, fine, corner.
I actually think I'm not crazy saying that. How can you not see it if you're 5 yards away?
He did see it.
Why
He
do
never
you
gave
guy
it.
in Stockley
have a
Park
they
in
have-
Woking or
but he
wherever it
never
is? For
gave
God's
it.
sake.
They have to wait.
Woking.
It's Woking, isn't it?
No,
Where's
it's
Stockley Park?
Uxbridge, I think.
Uxbridge. Oh, fuck me. End of the Northern Line.
No, end of the Met
Metline. I should know that. I should know that right now.
Yeah, if you need to
Oh,
know
good
where
feet.
to go. Oh my God.
Oh.
That Neto out there looks quite
Chelsea
good.
are equally as bad as they are good, aren't they?
Do you see how Ben Chilwell is like being frozen out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Carney Chukwuemeka's part of that as well? Like, would he be
But he's talented, that
a
kid.
good player, man? Like,
But he might just be
Oh
thinking,
my God.
I can't fit. How can I fit him in?
I won't have a go at him because he's actually been quite good. But Jesus, some of these Chelsea players are brain dead, man. Get into positions to make simple passes and that.
This will be an interesting game. Leicester City versus Tottenham, obviously, tomorrow. Any early predictions for that, lads?
they've got a bit of a rivalry, them,
Yeah,
you know.
little title challenge.
Yeah, do you remember?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you remember all that? Harry Kane put it on Twitter. The Lions are hunting them down
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that. Do you
yeah,
remember?
Did he tweet that?
And then
And then Vardy
didn't
did
Jamie
the,
Vardy do the Lion
Mufasa
King?
thing, yeah,
the
yeah.
Lion King bloke falling. Scar.
Long
So
live the
cringe, Harry
king.
Kane.
Long live the
I
king.
think Cooper could be the first manager sacked from Leicester City. Bit of pressure around the club.
He's the only
PSR.
manager at Leicester City, so he might be the first one sat there.
No, in the Premier
He'd be
League.
the first manager sacked of Leicester City.
It's a football discussion, lads. Have a bit of footballing brains about you.
So do you,
I
so
think
you
he's the
think it'll
first-
be Steve Cooper first manager sacked?
In the Premier League, yeah, potentially.
Leicester's first manager sacked.
I think that
Nah, you could be right. I think it's
Yes.
Maresca, though.
Maresca.
Russell Martin at Southampton.
no, they got
No,
no.
they'll keep him longer than like 2 months. It'd have to be really bad. I think you've already shown signs where you're decent enough. He's not going to be the first. You might get sacked, don't get me wrong. But to be the first, you have to be really, really bad. Russell Martin, I think.
Is
will get
there anyone else that it could just go wrong for? Is anyone else
Nuno?
already? Like, is there anyone else who's holding? So you know a comparison from the Championship. Daniel Farker is already holding on because some suggested that he could have been sacked.
You see Lowe at Preston North End. They
is
had
there-
one game and they sat Low.
Is there anyone
ridiculous.
like that
Ryan
in the
Lowe.
Premier League? Is anyone kind of holding on from the back of last season who could have been moved
Well,
on?
Ten Hag, obviously, if
Ten Hag's a good
he has a
shout.
bad run, then he could be in danger.
The
but
FA Cups.
I also think they'd give him some time because he has signed that
The,
contract.
the problem with Eric Ten Hag is that there is a spectre looming of a very adept manager just waiting to take the reins. Like
Yeah.
Van Nistelrooy being the Manchester United manager in December is a very easy thing to visualise, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then they won their first game, so they're not going to sack him first, are they?
And also, I think because
Wait,
they've
but
given
they
him
could
that
lose their next
contract-
three.
But they're not going to. But,
No, but I think because they've given him the contract as well, like because we're talking about first to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he
saying
could
first to go.
possibly go, but I don't think he'd be the.
you might get sacked this season, of course.
Do you think it could be one of those seasons where everybody sits tight? You know, like I think the season before last,
Who are the managers
13
out there? Pochettino just took the USA job.
who's waiting for a job?
Like,
That's,
so
that's
who-
an interesting
Zidane,
angle.
Zidane,
Nah,
but no one's.
We always say Zidane, and he's never coming
he's never
to England.
coming.
I think it's anyone in the bottom half of the Premier League. The quality of managers.
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll tell you who somebody.
Glasner.
I'll tell you who.
Frank.
I got one. David Moyes will be back at West Ham this season
That's how
for the
it's
third time.
no.
Lopetegui
Or he'll
lost.
be at like Palace or somewhere if things go wrong.
I think
Lopetegui lost his first game badly. Played poorly.
Do you think they weren't? They were close. They were in it for a while.
Oh mate, did you watch the first? Did you watch it?
I watched the whole game. They weren't miles
Mate,
away
Villa,
from.
Villa
Kudus
pissed
had a
them.
good game.
I
Villa
think
pissed
there's-
them the first half. They should have been 3-0 up. It was just that ridiculous Matty Cash penalty. That
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
They were terrible.
But they
I thought.
weren't
lot of
miles away
pressure.
from Villa. They weren't miles away.
I thought they were
Hamid is
terrible. man.
available. Xavi, Potter.
There's pressure at West Ham
Xavi.
because
Mate,
they've
they-
spent and they've got rid of Moyes.
Do you
and
think
they've-
David Moyes
if they don't
becomes?
go well, he
you know
could
what
go.
Sean Dyche was when people were going, if you're going to go down, you get Dyche. Like somebody breaks the glass, don't they, for David Moyes? Do you? Sorry, for Sean Dyche. Do you think David Moyes is now that person?
course, yeah.
Is David Moyes now the saviour of a team that's potentially going to go down?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I don't think West Ham this season are ever in a position where they go down. But I think if West Ham aren't in the top 10, then
They get David Moyes back.
Well, I don't think they get Moyes back, but then I
That'd
think
be
it's
so funny, man.
Would
Be
Moyes
careful
want
what
to
you
go
wish
back?
for. Be careful what you wish for.
Lopetegui's made a lot of signs that his signings, he's going to be there for a while.
Oh my God, man!
Get your foot on that.
Did he lose the ball there?
Stupid,
Weren't his
man.
fault. It was a terrible pass.
He doesn't look.
What's
right in the
fever?
Chelsea
Why does it
shirt,
say
does he?
fever?
Weird,
I
isn't it?
actually
Weird.
thought that.
Is
Just
it
then.
fever
Weird.
tree? Because I like that.
What?
Why is it? What's fever on our kit?
Don't know, mate.
I
You're
don't think
looking at me like I'm saying something
fever
mental.
I've never heard of what fever.
Is it
what?
your
What's
sleeve
that?
sponsor?
Yeah.
Oh, sleeve
it's
sponsor.
not. It's not the.
It's not fever tree because I'm a big fan of that. Shame.
Why don't you have a sponsor? What is that about?
Because we're
A technology platform for entertainment discovery.
technology.
We've given them a free ad read. Well done, Adam.
Well, I haven't, have I?
You just promoted everything about them.
You wanted to know what it
given
was
them
about.
The byline. It's called advertising, Adam.
They probably
Just give
sell
it for free.
NFTs and all that.
So they're never going to give us
anyway.
money now. Well done.
So don't go there.
Bloody hell.
Who gives us money? They're never going to give
Called
us.
sponsorship.
They're never going to give us
It's
money.
called advertising.
sponsorship,
You never know.
bro.
What do you know? You never know. Come on, Phil. Look at this.
Shut up, Phil.
Come on, Phil.
Shut up, Phil.
Shut up.
You little weirdo with your weird eyebrow train track dickhead.
You like Phil, don't you?
I love him. I think he's brilliant. I love him when he's in an England shirt. Getting on my tick sitting next to him, though.
He started every game, didn't he? Foden.
Yeah, to great
That was the
effect.
problem, innit?
To great effect, yeah. Tell you what, Cole Palmer did more.
Didn't he? Oh, that goal in the final.
Ah!
What was that?
Why are you doing this to me?
Oh my God.
What are you doing? It's a dickhead.
You know what I love as well? There's always some.
Look, you've done it again.
There's
How
always.
can you not learn from your mistake? You've done
Kovacic.
it 3
Kovacic.
times. You fucking wankers. You fucking wankers. They've fucking done that themselves. They're fucking idiots. You fucking... We watched that develop. We watched that develop. They had you fucking prick. We watched that develop time and time and time again. You're like, okay, you're not good enough on the ball. Why don't you go long? Because you're not good enough on the ball. Nobody wants the ball at their feet. Play it out, give the ball away, concede a goal. How many times are we going to do that this season?
It's crazy. And for
Build
Kovacic
up
to
to
score,
that. We just literally, hang on, what are you doing? The ball's in the back of the net, you fucking
ridiculous.
prick.
It is insane. You let
Ridiculous.
Kovacic
That
just
ball's
run
so
from the
bad.
halfway line all the way through.
he doesn't score goals. He doesn't
Run
score
the whole
goals.
way through.
No way.
He's absolutely burned Enzo for pace.
And your
Enzo
keeper-
just
your
step back and let him go. Look at this. Enzo's got to clamp him.
Sanchez has
You've
to
got
save
to
this
clamp
as
him.
well.
Yeah, you're right. You have to smash him.
Sanchez
The keeper has to save that.
Save that.
But we've
You
made
have to
ourselves
clamp
into
him.
trouble. Everybody involved.
Smash! What are you doing?
The keeper. It's not even, it's
even
straight
a
the
good
keeper.
hit, man. It's
no,
not
no,
even
it looks
a good
better than it
goal.
was. Yeah.
Like-
You usually need to get on the blower to Arsenal.
It's not equal
Save
for
that,
Ramsdale.
yeah.
Oh, he's better than him. Yeah.
Ramsdale.
Yeah,
You
I
need a goalie if he's going to be like that. Was terrible.
But on some level, look, I think Sanchez is a buffoon.
lost.
He's a complete buffoon, right?
He looks like an
The
NPC.
worst
doesn't he?
keeper in the league. Petrovic, a better keeper than him by a mile. But why are we insisting on playing out when we don't have the players to play out from the back? Like, you know, if you've got really iconic ball-playing centre-halves who really do want the ball at their feet.
Yeah.
I don't know, who's the best in the game here? John Stones,
Stonesy.
maybe?
Yeah.
Like, players that really want the ball at their feet, maybe you can get away with doing it. Not one of our centre-halves wants the ball anywhere near them.
Who was that?
Literally
Was that for
terrified
fun?
of the ball.
Was that for fun?
They're like,
Baldy!
have you seen a dog trying to like bite a balloon when they're like that with a balloon? Like, just going nuts. That is what our defence are like with the ball. They don't want it. That wank.
Oh, he's off.
He's off top early already.
he's off to sign another 20 players.
It's 85 minutes as well. Look, I know.
You fucking.
I hope there's a
Seems
documentary
early for the owner
made
to be
about this
leaving.
money these that are blowing. There has to be something going on.
It's
there.
insane, isn't it? It's
We need
insane.
some fake shake style reporting from the news. Well, they're not about anymore, but from someone the equivalent.
They're loving it. They're loving it. This has been a casual game for
crazy.
City. It's been a
It's
casual game. And
crazy.
Chelsea, if they've been it's not about signings necessarily. If they've been a little bit more streetwise, a little bit more aggressive in certain moments.
No, but hang on.
there was a moment here
It's not about signings. What's it about then? So why were we not as streetwise as we should be? Because we have a B-Tech manager.
Yes, the application.
Because we have an absolute.
You say
Like we've
keep it
appointed
tight.
a manager purely because he has an association, a pre-existing relationship with Pep Guardiola. That is enough to get you the Chelsea job. You've done nothing in the game. You've done nothing to earn your right in the hot seat. You have done nothing to justify being the manager of a club that has won the European Cup and Premier League in recent memory. Apart from be friends with another geezer. That's giving you the job.
Got the job on a technicality.
Feels
of a
like a
legend.
technicality.
He's friends with someone. He's friends with the right man.
Based on his record at Leicester City in the second division, and Parma,
And
they
then
got
he blew
relegated.
it, by the way.
He's literally friends with the right man. It'd be like Man United giving the job to Robbie Williams because he's friends with David Beckham.
Robbie Williams
Just
do
a
a better
bit of
job.
nepotism.
Just friends.
Just a
Port
bit of
Vale fan.
nepotism, Rory.
He knows his football.
That's what City should do. Pep should give his assistant manager's job to like Buvey.
There's a Noel Gallagher or something.
See who
To Noel
appoints him
Gallagher,
off the
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Like who will appoint him off the back of it?
He's got
Just
the
do a
AC,
little
he's got
test.
the AC Milan job in like
I
2 years.
get top level. I get Fulham.
No,
or
you're
something.
not a manager though.
Let's
you don't
let's
have that
pretend
in
you're
you.
in the interview room for
You're
this
not a
job.
manager.
I'm a manager.
No.
I'm a
You're not,
philosophical
you're not a
thinker.
commander
Raw.
of people.
You're a chairman of a team.
Yeah, I'm a chairman.
Director of football here.
Definitely.
And I'm just the receptionist, right?
Yeah, and Buvey
And Buvey's in
comes
for an interview.
Go on, Gooey.
Gooey.
Go on.
Here we go. Let's get
free,
a third here.
Run, Gusto. Well done.
He has done what you asked.
Well done,
Please, Jeremy. Look at this.
Jeremy.
Look at this. His first
Jezza.
name's Jeremy.
Jez. It's Jez.
Jezza. Jezebel.
What?
The amount of times he gets run through, he is, isn't it?
Jezebel.
I love when Rory brings that word back.
Apparently, you're not allowed to say it. You know,
No.
I got in trouble. No, but with regard to Jeremy, it's fine. But you can't say it in the other way. I thought it was a very legitimate terminology. I use it
Yeah.
quite regularly.
I thought it was PC.
I thought it was. That's what it was. You can't. Yeah. Buvey got annoyed at me for saying it once.
You know what I got to think here? You know, if I'm Todd Bowley, yeah, and the second goal, even if like 5 minutes
Don't
before,
walk out in that moment
like,
because it's a bad look.
if I
for
was
optics.
planning on
I
leaving
thought
on the
exactly
80th,
that.
just
I thought
wait.
exactly that.
Yeah.
just wait, man.
Well, wait till it's
you're
over.
locked in now. You have to
Also,
wait.
you could go now because the camera cuts to you immediately after
Yeah.
the goal.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're sat there. They're not cutting to you now.
Yeah.
That's true. Actually.
City of
Optics. Just sit there and
PR.
see it out. I completely
basics,
agree. I
innit?
thought that. I thought, why is he walking out now to give the cameras this highlight?
He's the
which is
kind
exactly
of
what
guy
they
in
want.
it that will be waiting outside the dressing room for like a bell end.
It goes in the dressing room. It
Oh,
was,
what's
it
a
was,
bell end?
it was a big issue for Graham Potter. There was that famous image of
Awful.
famous within the Chelsea at least. I don't know if you would have seen it, but Todd Bowley and Bedad Egbali, when they used to talk, there was an image of us getting beat at home. It might have been by Brentford. They battered us, and they're walking across. So they sit in that stand. The dugout is in.
Jeremy.
Shut up with Jeremy. And the dugout's in this stand. The tunnel's in this stand. They're walking across the pitch to go into the dressing room and have a word. And apparently they pulled. Do you know who they put it on? Of all people in that dressing room, Raheem Sterling. You know when Raheem Sterling is like, I was working with Pep Guardiola a minute
Yeah.
ago. Like fuck.
He's the best person placed to tell you about yourself.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
shush.
Yeah.
So don't talk
Give it
about
to
it.
one of the kids or something. Yeah.
No, that's the
Sterling.
last thing.
We don't do it to anyone. But
You could just
No, but
if you're going to give it to
give a
anyone,
bollock
if
into
you're
one of
going to
the
be an
academy
idiot,
No, but
players.
you
If you're gonna
can't
be
give
an
it to
owner,
Raheem
Gilchrist.
Sterling. You can't, yeah.
you give it to some young, someone young, don't you?
That's proper remember Fergie's tactics. So if he wanted to bollock Nanny, he'd
say
bollock Rooney,
Yeah.
but he'd say what he wanted to say to Nanny.
So
like,
in earshot. Yeah. Buvey, I want you to be better.
Yeah, and that was meant for Adam. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Well, that's how
Or
you do
whoever
it.
else.
That's
Yeah.
how you do it. Yeah.
You smart, Ferguson. I've never heard of that.
Or like he'd say, like,
It's like
stop
indirect-
fucking around with the ball, or you're like, just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very important that you do this.
yeah.
It's all right, Wayne. You're good at that. Oh, what?
Slow the game down.
Start.
Slow the game down. Great start for City.
It's a good win for City as well because although
Stamford Bridge
Chelsea
out of
aren't
the
the
way,
yeah, going to Stamford Bridge
You can get messy.
says a lot in it.
Can get messy. Like we didn't win it last season. It was 4-4, I think it was. Last season.
So you're 2 points up actually already on
2
last
points
season.
up. Matched Liverpool.
Although saying
matched
that Arsenal
Arsenal.
are 2 points up because Arsenal didn't beat Wolves, did they last year?
I can trump you there. We're 3 points. up.
Molyneux, I think it was. I think they beat Wolves at home, didn't they? I think it was
No.
Molyneux they
Oh
lost.
no,
Might be wrong.
Yeah, Wobie.
Yeah,
Last
we're
season.
3 points up. So coming for you.
All the big sides, no upsets so far. Maybe Spurs losing to Leicester would be the big upset of the opening weekend, but that's about
Is
it.
that the King Power? Yeah,
Yeah,
it
8
was,
o'clock
wasn't it?
as well. Difficult.
But I don't think.
Monday
I
night.
think Spurs win that easily.
I think they should win that.
Solanke scores.
You never know though. Leicester's first
Nah,
came
Leicester
back.
could do.
Leicester,
Yeah.
their fans will be
Tottenham are
at
always
it.
capable of messing it up.
Their owners are good with making kind of like a racket in the ground and giving them something,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, atmosphere-wise.
I want them to stay up, Leicester City. I really do. I think they're going to really struggle if they get relegated again. It's like fucking hell.
Oh God, I'm just worried that this is going to set the tone for our season. Now it's so important.
Who's
that we
your
go
next game?
Molineux, I think. Wolves.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, hang on. We've got the might of Servette, and then
You'll
So-
beat Wolves. They look,
we'll,
they look
we'll
flat.
beat Servette as well. And score
The
some
Wolves
goals,
at
mate.
1-0, they had their chances, man.
They
against
did,
Arsenal.
yeah.
And Arsenal are a much better team than
Yeah.
Chelsea.
But their form in the last 6 months, including the back end of last season, is really flat. Wolves.
It's
really
a new
flat.
season, innit?
Losing Kilman.
Gary O'Neill.
Yeah,
Losing
they started
Neto.
with a loss as well.
A lot of them with Wolves as well, I think. Once they're safe,
Yeah, on the beach.
back end of the season,
Yeah,
just
you
right
just
off
take
now.
your
Yeah.
foot off, yeah.
Great. This is a great result. Really is.
It's an important win for City. Like looking at it through the lens of the title race, you can't go 2 points behind, and you had a harder game than Arsenal.
Did Kyle Walker have Amy Winehouse tattooed on his arm?
No,
I'm gonna
He
say
had,
no.
he had some.
I
some
told. Yeah. I was.
He's been great second half,
troubled.
Jeremy Doku.
And you know that I'm no good.
Is that?
That could be.
It doesn't.
Not quite.
I don't
Cheating
think it is Amy
myself.
Winehouse, but it was a woman with dark hair.
You've seen the
Therefore-
film? Is it a good film?
It's a good film.
Is it? I've been trying to
I've heard
not
it's-
watch
I've heard
it
it's
because
terrible.
Her father, old Mitch, comes across so badly.
Who plays that? Jack? Is it Jack Connell?
Jack O'Connell's in the film. He plays Blake.
Blake. That's it.
Yeah.
I saw him
He's a great
yesterday. I
Jack
can't believe
O'Connell.
it.
Jack
He's with
O'Connell.
his old mate.
He's,
I thought I was
he's
gonna
an
get a photo
icon,
of
man.
him.
Yeah, he's an icon. Where did you see him?
Literally just yesterday afternoon in the pub.
In London.
In Hackney.
In
yeah.
Hackney?
Well, yeah, Hackney. And yeah, I was going to get a photo, but I thought, fuck, it's just.
No, I don't know, man. Seeing Jack O'Connell, that's a superstar.
Yeah, he's
That
great
is a
actor.
superstar.
Because Skins as well. I love Skins so much.
You
mate.
shy
so
about
good in
asking
Skins.
for pictures and that, or was
I'm
it
never
just a
shy.
situation?
I have so many
No.
photos of people, but
Oh, you've got one with Jordan?
Paris Hilton.
No, Paris Hilton. That's
Paris
it.
Hilton,
Yeah.
She asked me for the photo. I'm not even lying
Yeah.
about that. But it's hard to go up to people. When
No,
in front
she
of
would-
mates.
You got, you
When
got,
you
you've got
say
a
she
great
asked
one
you,
with
she
Wayne
went,
Lineker.
You look like you really want a picture.
No.
So
I didn't even know
shall
who
we
she
just
was.
do it?
I
She
didn't
wants
know
to
who she
just
was.
get it out of the
No,
way.
she said, I watch your various footballing podcasts.
I like your one with Wayne Lineker.
Oh,
that's
you
that.
haven't got one of them.
In Obi.
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Did you queue up?
I was. No, you can't. You can't.
He
To
has
me,
people
sort of said, "Oh,
queuing
well
up
done,
for
mate."
pictures of him.
Sure, you think he does, you know.
Oh my
I
god!
was in VIP that time, so it's
No,
Yeah,
Jack,
don't,
Jack,
man.
Jack O'Connell. I mean, if you're prepared to ask, Perez Hilton and
was Paris
whoever else,
No, she asked me for the
Correct.
photo.
if you're prepared to have
Honestly,
your photograph with them, you should have got one
I've
with
had a
Jack
photo with
O'Connell.
a few different
Jack
people, but
O'Connell was an
she asked
actual
me for the
superstar.
photo. I swear on my life.
I know how that one went down.
Oh,
Who's the most famous photograph you've got? You and who? Paris Hilton, probably, isn't it? Not many people more famous than her.
it must be Paris Hilton. There was probably a year she was the most famous person in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, most watched video.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
MTV or whatever. Oh,
Oh, did
Most
she?
views.
Who was her sex tape with?
no,
It
she
was
didn't have one.
random,
Did she?
wasn't it? One.
Did she have one?
One
Yeah,
Night in
well,
Paris.
sure,
It's
that-
called One Night in Paris. Do you get it?
I
It's
didn't
like a
know
pun. Do you get it?
That's ironic, I think.
No, that's not ironic.
Could have been called 1 minute.
One Night in Paris. And then you had old, what's his name? If I had one
Ray
wish.
J.
Ray
You would
J.
be my boo.
He was
Promise to
banging it out
love
with,
you.
what's her name?
Rage.
Kim
Hugh
Kardashian.
Jackman's my most
Kardashian.
famous, probably. Hugh Jackman. I got a photo with Hugh Jackman.
That's
oh,
it.
bollocks.
That's it.
If you had one wish, Rory, what would it be?
I would wish that Clear Lake would get out of the club. And I'm already not particularly convinced about Enzo Maresca.
What was the biggest concern on the footballing level for you today? Because I think moving the ball, you look slick. Obviously, it's a poor result, 2-0 at home. What's the concern? Is it defence? Is it being naive
I think the
defensively?
desperation of playing out from the back, knowing that it costs us. Like, did you see the goals that you scored against us in pre-season?
No, I've not seen.
The goals were that.
Yeah.
Playing out from the
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
getting caught out playing from the back, conceding goals. You know, when it happens in pre-season, you're like, okay, that's a bit crap, but learn from it.
Yeah.
It happened in pre-season, and it's happened in a Premier League game.
These are things we kind of have to give them time to learn with, and it's kind of that difficult catch-22 situation that the managers have. Like, remember Ange Postecoglou when they went down against Chelsea, and he kind of just kept playing the same way.
Yeah, yeah.
And in those early days, you want to play the same way and kind of give nothing up because you need to get that message through to the players. Could it be just a case like we know it's Man City? We know they're going to press us high. We know it could cause us problems, but we need to go through this
No,
process
but
in order to get
no.
to where he wants them.
No, absolutely not. Like you said, we know it's City. They're going to press. They're excellent at it. Combine that. You know how he said, like, Conor Gallagher's not right for my system. Ben Chilwell's not right for my system. If your system is playing out for the back, the centre halves that you've got aren't right for your system either. So don't do it. Like, don't play out from the back because you know that you're going to concede goals doing so. And when Postecoglou was making those mistakes and can play in the high line against Chelsea, you had Eric Dyer defending on the halfway line. I held him to account. I was very, very sneery and very hostile towards Ange Postecoglou about doing that. Not having a plan B is poor management. Not being a pragmatic manager is poor management. And I think that it's not only poor, it's actually worse than poor because it's also a little bit arrogant. Because I think that the motivation is something along these lines. The motivation is we have one way of playing and that's it. If it doesn't work, it's not because the system is wrong. I don't need a plan B. If the system doesn't work, it's because the players didn't employ it properly. How arrogant can you be to think that you don't need a plan B? Like, Mikel Arteta is obviously a better manager than Enzo Maresca. Mikel Arteta has a plan B. When Mikel Arteta plays against West Ham, they score 6 goals. He goes out all-out attack. When they went up to Main Road, the Etihad, they put everyone behind the ball. They did their best to get a point. The point at the time looked like a very good point, and he amended his system. He was pragmatic. He decided that we play like this against them and like this against them, and we amend our approach depending on the opposition. Good management. This is terrible management. Playing out from the back against the best pressing side in the country. And then you get beat. And then you concede a goal that you conceded, an identical goal in pre-season. You know when we played them in pre-season? We were 2-0 down after 5 minutes because we played out from the back.
Got pressed, lost the ball, and they scored.
Got pressed, lost the ball, they scored. The warning signs were there. It happened today.
Yeah.
It's like...
But then on some level, if you're being completely, benefit of the doubt, City, champions of England, Haaland looked unbelievable when he took that goal in the first half. Not Oscar Bob, we're talking Savinho on one side, Doku on the other. De Bruyne was playing today. It didn't look like the side missed Rodri on some level. Kovacic was fantastic, scores a goal, very rare for him. Is it just on some level an argument that City were actually at the races at the start of the season?
I think City played reasonably well enough to get the win, but I do think at the same time there were points in that City performance where you go, without Rodri you can get at City, and there seems to be more gaps in front of their defence, which teams can exploit. I thought Chelsea did play well in parts, though. I just thought they wasted so many of their opportunities. When you look at them getting down City's right-hand side in the first half so many times, we had a few scrambles in the box. Enzo Fernandez didn't have a first touch. If he has a first touch, maybe 2 or 3 more opportunities present themselves to them. I thought Chelsea had a decent game, and if they could have got that first goal or the equaliser at 1-0, you never know, but they just didn't ever take any of their chances, and that's the worrying thing. Do you know what, though?
It never really felt like we were going to do that. You know, sometimes what it felt to me, it felt like it was comparable to, when a championship team plays a big team in a cup, and you go, God, it could have gone the other way, and it couldn't, but the other team did well. Like, you
feel like if City needed to, they could have just turned it off.
I think that City were probably feeling very confident throughout the game. I think Pep Guardiola probably felt that everything was going pretty much to plan. And I think that we always felt like we were running uphill. We always felt like they were a little bit better than us. It always felt like they were a little bit beyond us. And realistically, we just don't have enough goals in the team. We said this last season. The only way that Chelsea realistically break through is if Cole Palmer does something totally magnificent and unpredictable. He didn't do that today because he's up against one of the best teams in the world. And we didn't score a goal.
He looked frustrated sitting on the ground after the loss. Anything there in terms of his fitness or his sharpness?
No.
He looked isolated today.
What is a slight concern? And I'm speaking purely out of fear here. I haven't seen anything to suggest that this is a problem. But the fact that the club put him in on a 9-year contract troubles me a little bit. I don't know what's in it. I don't know what's in it for. When Cole Palmer's been playing for England. And he's been linking up with Jude Bellingham and talking to Harry Kane, and Phil Foden's in his ear. And then he comes back to Chelsea, and let's face it, a lot of Chelsea players are going to be fairly uninspiring compared to the names I've just said. Playing with Phil Foden and Jude Bellingham, suddenly coming back to Stamford Bridge, he's going to feel a little bit dry. What's in it for him to be playing against Servette in midweek? Like, we're playing our next game, whenever it's Tuesday, Wednesday, we're playing Servette.
No, but he can also... He's
good enough to be playing in the Champions League for anyone.
He's only had one big season as a player. Like, he's had good seasons at City where
a brilliant season as a player, and then
so he still has it all to prove,
and then a goal in a final of the Euros.
But he still has it all to prove. Like, he can't just go, what is it like? I'm the big man on campus. He still has a lot to prove as a footballer.
No, I think
Should
it's
be playing at a higher level.
I think it's more comparable to Wayne Rooney at Everton, who had nothing to prove and looked for a way out. Wayne Rooney at Everton, off the back of one good season, didn't have anything to prove anymore. He was clearly head and shoulders above anybody else at that club, including the manager. I think that Cole Palmer is clearly above anyone else at the club, including the manager.
Player yet?
Do you not?
He's a world-class
Not just
talent.
think that. No, he's a world, but he's at
Best
a big club in
80-year-old in the world.
Chelsea. He's at a big club in Chelsea, and whilst we can talk about their squad and how big it is and how oversized, they've got some very good players within that squad, and he should feel a part of that. Where I've got a responsibility
Do you think there's
to
anyone
perform.
else at Stamford
This club
Bridge?
have just given me a 9-year
Adam,
contract.
is there any? No, but that's not. They haven't given him a 9-year contract because they believe in him and love him. They've given him a 9-year contract to preserve his value at the club if they
But
ultimately.
you don't give
sell him.
9-year contracts to players you don't believe in, though. Even if you do, you're just believing in them doubling their value.
I don't think the motivation is football to give him that contract. But, you know, if you said that Chelsea have some very good players, from Cole Palmer's perspective, who's he looking at here? Realistically, is anyone in Cole Palmer's vision at Chelsea where he's like, okay, you're on my level? Like, you know, if he was playing for Bayern Munich, he'd be linking up with like Gnabry. You'd go Gnabry, or you'd go Sane or Katie, like players like that. If he was at City,
there. I think Nkunku's there. I know.
Okay,
I know it's a
Nkunku
big
made-
I think Caicedo, Lavia today look like
no, but
the players.
They're not world
They're not
class.
that level.
No, but
Champions
they're
League
similar players where they have huge potential. They have huge potential.
Oh no, okay.
just
Then
different
what about
style of play.
what about from an attacker's perspective?
Or from
So,
an attacker's perspective.
From an attacker's perspective, he's looking around. The best other attacker at the club is, well, it's probably Raheem Sterling.
he
Isn't
probably rates Raheem Sterling.
he probably idolises Raheem Sterling coming through at City. You know, like when Cole Palmer was dreaming of being the player that he is today, Raheem Sterling was the player that Cole Palmer was
So
dreaming.
what is you think he'll want to leave Chelsea? Is that
My fear is
or motivation?
My fear is why does he want to stay?
But he can't leave now with that.
Yeah.
He's done,
No, of course he can leave.
So
Of
are
course
you
he can
worried
leave
about
at
his
Chelsea?
performance?
100 mil comes
Somebody
in.
puts in. Do you think Chelsea turned down a bid? Do you
Cole
think that-
Palmer right now. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
To be honest,
with
Chelsea, I
PSR and
don't
stuff
know.
like that,
With
there are
Chelsea,
some
I don't know.
there are some deep waters financially potentially in the
we
future.
could potentially treble our money in a year in 18 months, couldn't we? The player that we signed for 40 million in 18 months, it will be round to January. Is he worth 100 million quid then?
Yeah. João Felix left Benfica, one good season in the Europa League for 120 million euros to Atletico Madrid.
What about what Enzo Fernandez did?
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez arrived in Portugal, I think, for about 8 million
He's
quid.
worth 120 now, easily, and it's the easiest thing I've ever said on a podcast.
What,
he's
Cole
worth
Palmer?
120 right
Do you think
now.
do you think he's worth that much?
He's worth 120. Of course he is.
Okay, so see, 120 sounds. If you're right, and I'm not saying you're not right, but if you are right,
I think
then I
it's
think
ridiculous
then I
even
think
saying
they
these
would sell
numbers.
him.
what clubs
ridiculous.
spend that on him though?
Man United.
We're not. Whilst I think we'll spend big money, I don't think we're in the days of spending 120 million on a player.
Adam, does it go mad? Does it go mad and we sell him back to City for 120? Is it?
I don't think City would do that.
You know the way Chelsea have done that in the past.
I don't.
Manchester
think
United have done it with
I don't
Pogba.
think City would want the
City can't.
Manchester
visuals
City-
of
They
doing
can't
that.
do that right now.
I don't think
Manchester
City would
United
care.
did it with
If it was
Pogba.
right for Guardiola, I don't think City would care.
They'd pay.
I think City would pay 120 million. I think there's a lump of money based on how profitable the club's been in the last 3 or 4 years. They're definitely, if there's an appetite to bring him back, 100% we spend 120 million on him. I know it's crazy.
But then it's like City aren't going to want him back though, are they? Yet.
Yeah, there's a world. There's
You
a
think
world.
so?
There's a world where it doesn't quite work out. There's a world where the club makes a load of money on player X, player Y.
The other thing where City
know,
could...
Bernardo's
the other way-
30 years old.
The other world where it could emerge that City do this is some of the older players they make some money on. So they make money on De Bruyne, for example, in the window. They make money on even Bernardo Silva. They make money on players like that. Then Doku would still be worth an awful lot of money. And suddenly paying 100, say, or if Buvey's correct, a bit more than that. Suddenly paying 100, if you offset that by making your money back on De Bruyne, making your money back on Silva,
Has there been
making your money back plus some on Doku.
It's got Pogba vibes, back to Man
has
United.
there been much
after
noise
Juve.
on what his contract is on this renewal?
No, I don't understand.
Like, is it
mate.
big money?
But you know, it's one of those things where they've given him a 9-year deal, and he's linking up here with Jackson and whatever, and you just think, what's in it for him? And 9 years, the fact that they've done that, it actually freaks me out more than if that didn't happen. You know, if he was on a normal 4-year contract, do you think, okay, they're happy, everything's fine? Why on earth are they extending him from an 8 to a 9 year? Like, it's just there's something malevolent about these owners. There's something that is completely business. Like, what you can't argue. You know, if I were to say, if I ask you the question, why don't Man City sell Haaland now? The answer is because they're a worse football team, right? And therefore they don't sell him. Chelsea's decision-making is never built on what makes Chelsea a better football team. So it's never going to be, you don't sell Palmer because they're not a good team without him. That's never the motivation. We aren't trying to be a good team. We aren't trying to build a particularly good football team. We're trying to maximise our value. We're trying to maximise the amount of money that we have and the amount of money that the club is worth. Because ultimately, they've bought the club. I think they have to be there for 10 years. I don't know if there's a way out of that, but I think they're just trying to flip it. And, they overpaid for it. But if they can flip it in 5 years and make £1 billion, you just know that American venture capitalists will be happy with that outcome. Regardless of the state of the club, regardless of the
I've
state
got
of
a
the team.
feeling it kicks off at Stamford Bridge this season with them and the fans. I think it's going to be a big time. He's going to be back down there scrapping with
It's not
Peter
just losing
Cech,
games, it's kicking out Trevor Chalobah from the training ground. It's Conor Gallagher. It's the ethics behind it.
Do you know what? Do you know what, Buvey? It's even more insignificant than there's even more insignificant things like that are all going to combine and culminate into like this crescendo of hatred. Do you know what else they've done? Which I think costs the club approximately 300 grand, which is completely insignificant to a football team. They used to subsidise travel. Like, if you're the kind of person, the very particular person that wants to go on an away travel. So you get to Stamford Bridge at 6 a.m, you got your Chelsea kit on, you get on a bus, they bus you to Old Trafford. Like, everyone I know goes on a train on their own, right? But there's people like that. They subsidise that. So I think a travel will be 20 quid there and back. You get dropped off at Stamford Bridge. They don't do that now. They don't subsidise travel. It costs them 300 grand. But how can you possibly withdraw the subsidy for people that need that kind of travel?
Yeah. For the support, for the heart of the community.
For the support,
the Chelsea community.
It'll be the kind of fans as well that go to
They go every game. They go literally every game.
Yeah. So
they'll go to Kingstonian and watch the girls play, then they'll go to Chelsea and watch the...
That's just everything that Chelsea are at the moment. That's what we spoke about on the show. That's Fernandes getting the armband. That's Conor Gallagher getting frozen out. It's subsidising that. It's Raheem Sterling being left out the squad today with no. You're just a mess.
I completely agree. It's Enzo Fernandes being brought back into the team off the way that he behaved over the week, over the summer. It's Enzo Fernandes getting given the captain's armband, while Conor Gallagher's frozen out and not allowed to meet the team. It's what they did in the West View. There's this thing called the West Stand Upper, the upper tier of the West Stand, normal seats, right? Your season ticket was there last year. It's not there anymore. You're not allowed it. Do you know why? Because that bit now, they've drawn like this imaginary line. Anything in that area is now a corporate ticket and you get a couple of free beers, but your ticket has gone from being £1,000 to £5,000.
United have started doing that. Like, season ticket holders will resell their ticket to them. Well, they did it last year. They're saying they're not doing it.
And they'd resell it
and
for more.
they resell it on with you get access to some bar outside in the car park. And now your ticket's 200 quid.
Yeah.
You just... got sold that for £40
You've touted my ticket. Yeah. No, it's. I mean, there's, and I think I'd be interested to know, like, people watching this, if they would agree with me that these things really matter.
Well,
removing the subsidy.
Chelsea have no culture or personality right now.
Right now, so I think he's correct. Like they are destroying the fabric of the club from the inside out. And taking away the subsidy for fans to travel to away games on its own is quite minor. But you combine it with Westview. What about what they did last year for the Man United game? That game it was a big game. We won 4-3, I think. Do you know what they did?
No, you won 4-3.
I think it all blends into it might have been 4-3. We might have just beat Man United at home easily or whatever. But do you know what they did there? A normal seat in the family enclosure, which is the bit that you can see on the screen there, just behind where the dugouts are. They didn't call it the family enclosure for that game directly behind the dugout. They called it manager view or something like that. £5,000. See, I'm serious here.
Crazy.
So if you're a football fan and you want to take your kid to the match, £5,000. So not only can obviously nobody spend that, the person who can spend it is who exactly? You're only benefiting. Who has £5,000 to spend on a game of football? A very, very particular kind of person. You're inviting that person in, and you are making sure that the average football fan, who will be there against Servette, by the way, we're playing Servette, who's going to be at that game? They're fucking wankers, actually. The whole thing is just a disgrace. And we've got a whole season of this now.
Yeah. It looks like the fella in the dugout had paid 5k to be there today.
Yeah. I know. I can't believe it. Do you know the way that Maresca's behaved as well? I know people won't like me saying this already after one game. But how's he allowed them to freeze out Chalobah? How's he allowed them to do it? You know, when they go, this guy's
Especially
going
when
to
they're
be sold.
players that other clubs go, like, I heard some talk
Valuable.
where they're going, we'll take Chalobah.
Chalobah's wicked.
Like,
man.
you know what I
He's
mean?
the
Like,
best centre back.
You see other clubs actually go, wait,
you know-
who's available?
Like, Enzo Maresca is a coward, isn't he? Like, he's a coward.
I don't know if-
He's preserving his own job, and everybody's got to do that. And his reasoning for being cowardly, fair enough. But how can he not have the wherewithal to come in and go, you want me to build a team? Conor Gallagher's in that team. You want me to build a team? Trevor Chalobah's in.
walked, isn't it?
Pardon?
think
That's why
that's why
Pochettino
Why
walked.
Poch is gone, yeah.
That's why Pochettino walked.
That's why Poch is gone. We'll be back next week. Next Saturday, we'll be live for you. So make sure you subscribe into the channel, get your notifications on and all that. Premier League football has returned. Rory's little rants have returned. Not little rants. Rory's rants have returned. And Buvey's back and the Blues have won, for fuck's sake. Thank you to John for joining us.
Thanks for having me,
Thanks, mate.
boys.
Always
Pleasure,
an honour,
as
John.
always.
Big
Thank you,
JCC in the house.
Make sure you're checking him out on all the socials and that. And we'll see you soon.